For real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. What? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this NFL Week 14 kickoff Thursday, December 4th, 2025, this program begins now.
Football
is magical, and the NFL kicks off its 14th week tonight in a massive Amazon Prime time matchup, which has playoff ramifications, which will be a storyline throughout the entire slate for the NFL this week. But the Cowboys, who might be the best team in football right now. Now, at the beginning of the season, they certainly weren't. And there was a lot of changes that were made. And Jerry Jones was saying, hey, I'm looking for $100 billion in natural gas. I don't care about the Dallas Cowboys defense right now. Well, everybody else around the Dallas Cowboys cared about the defense because where they ranked and how they looked. And then all of a sudden, Eberflus starts really cooking. Quinnen comes in there, starts doing his thing. Logan starts doing his thing. And then all of a sudden, they got a front four that becomes an impenetrable wall. And then on the offensive side, they might have the best duo in all of ball in CD and George Pickens, let alone Ferguson. And then what Dak Prescott's been doing has been out of control. Shoddy seems to have the entire team bought into what his culture is going to be. And special teams wise, they got studs everywhere. So it's like, are the Dallas Cowboys, who are maybe a little bit of a laughing stock both in the offseason and also at the beginning of the season, are the Dallas Cowboys the best team in ball? And then they're taking on a team that just, we saw it on Thanksgiving. Jack White and Eminem crushed it. Mm-hmm. I would like for them to potentially think about doing that tonight. That'd be a lot to ask, obviously, out of Jack and Eminem, just to be doing this on a regular basis. But boy, they were the best part about the Detroit City whenever they were hosting Thanksgiving for the entire world. The numbers are up for these Thanksgiving games. 57 million or something. Watch it go.
7.2.
57.2 million. 47.7 million for the other one. 700 bajillion for the other one. I mean, the numbers are insane. So a lot of people just watch the Lions do what the Lions do. And then a lot of people just watch the Cowboys do what the Cowboys do. So it makes you wonder, well, how does the public feel about this particular game? Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone. Monkey see, monkey do. I think it's a Pavlov's dog thing. Yep. If we see a team do really good, yup, we like them. And then when you see a team not too good, nope, we don't like them. Lions favored by 3. What are the numbers for tonight, and what should we be thinking about?
Yeah, there's always a lot of recency bias in the gambling world. Lions -3 across the board. There's no 2.5s. There's no 3.5s out there as we speak. 78% of the bets are on the Cowboys, with 83% of the money on the Cowboys. So it's not like, there's like, smaller bets,
$10 bets.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then larger ones coming on the Lions. No, it seems to be all Cowboys tonight. And that they've won 3 in a row. The Lions are 2-2 in their last 4. And obviously when 50 million people are watching you on Thanksgiving lose versus win against the Chiefs, you're going to get a lot of public sentiment towards you for tonight's game.
78% has hit this year already. We feel good about an 80% potentially.
Yeah, on Thursday nights they've hit. I remember specifically Ravens and Dolphins, there being like 75, 78% around there, and the Ravens covered that one.
Pats, Jets as well, I believe.
Yes. So Thursday night has been the night that the books have been getting got, I would say.
Okay, so let's just continue to add stats to feed these theories, okay?
Sure.
Hembo sent over some, what the Lions defense does and then what Dak does against said defense. Well, the Lions play defense, man defense, 60% of dropbacks, okay? At 60%, we got guys, okay? Our guys need to do their damn job. Dak Prescott, whenever he's targeting man-to-man coverage, 10 yards per attempt, 15.8 yards per completion, 95.5 QBR out of 100. Okay, so whenever you have 2 number ones, whenever they're going man, they need to have 2 number ones at corner as well. Normally there is a one and then there's another one. They got a lot of faith, obviously, in their guys. They do it more than damn near everybody else. But George Pickens and CD Lamb have kind of been put together because of that particular man-beating operation. Now, George Pickens might be the best wide receiver in ball. I apologize to Jackson Smith and Jigba, okay, for even saying that. I put that out a tweet because his picture from draft day, whenever he got drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he was wearing the shiesty, and he's standing there like this. Just an absolutely absurd scene to come from your draft night. The fact that he has really hit his max ability in this Dallas Cowboys offense is very lethal and crazy to think about if you're the Cowboys and if you're able to retain him. I think his price is going to be very, very large after what he's already showcased this season thus far. And then CD Lamb's always been a number one, already been paid as a number one. So whenever you have 2 number ones, now that offsets everything that's that's happening on the defensive side. And they've been explosive against these styles of defense, and they've been explosive every time we see them on TV. So I'm pumped that they are playing in prime time tonight. I'm pumped that the Detroit Lions are playing because Dahn Campbell is going to make some decisions that are going to be electrifying as well. This should be a great game in meaningful football season as we kick off Week 14 of the NFL season. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty Schmidt, Lions, big one for the NFC North here because everybody thought this brand new Lions was about to potentially run the North for some time. And then now the Chicago Bears get something from the Lions that was apparently very important piece in Ben Johnson. They're starting to cook. Jordan Love's playing his best ball. The Detroit Lions all of a sudden had a window. Have they lost it because of the amount of turnover that success comes with it, or what do you think tonight proves for the Lions?
I'm not ready to count them out just yet because I believe like if Jahmyr Gibbs is playing his best football, he's one of the best players in the NFL, and he's the kind of guy who can rip off an 80-yard or 70-yard touchdown anytime he touches the ball. But you just mentioned it a little bit ago. I think it is going to be a close game, and the Lions, like when they've been on this little schneid here, them not taking points and going for it on fourth down, I don't know what the stats would say, but I just think back to Thanksgiving. One of the times they get stuffed on fourth down, first play, the Packers throw a 50-yard touchdown, and then it's like game gets blown open and everything changes. So if you think it's going to be a close game, is Dan Campbell going to show a willingness to just take points and be okay with that? Or is he going to kind of do what their MO is and continue to go for it on fourth and short?
And what Dan was saying is we are who we are. This is who we've been. This is why we've had success. And the last 7 times they've gone for it on fourth down, it hasn't worked. 0 for the last 7, okay? Weeks 1 through 10, 13 of 18. That's a very high clip. When you're hitting those, that's bonus. Hey, we're getting house money here. We're stealing a possession. We're stealing a possession. We're stealing a possession. As opposed to giving the ball back, which could have potentially happened in the past, or just taking 3 points. You're stealing a possession, This is how the new Lions have been. They're a no risk it, no biscuit type operation up there. And then when it doesn't go your way, everybody's like, hey, doofus, water's kind of finding its level right now. This is inevitable with the way it had been going your direction. But it's gone ice cold. If that heats up, though, if their fourth downs heat up tonight, there's a chance that they once again become the brand new Lions. But Foxy, I think all you Lions fans are a little bit worried that this might not be the same old brand new Lions that we've come to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of people that are sick of the fourth down crap, and I see 0 for 7, and I think MCDC sees that and he goes, we're due, man. We're due for converting a couple fourth downs. So I don't see him changing at all. I actually think tonight is an MCDC game. I think we get back to our roots, grit, physical, toughness. We punch him in the mouth, run the ball with Gibbs, control the clock. I really like what we're going to do tonight. It's a playoff game. All the analytics say whoever loses tonight will not make the playoffs. I think Ford Field is going to be absolutely rocking tonight.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the Rammies that you were referring to. There's a lot of them here in Week 14. A lot of games where the odds with a win, much, much better than the odds with a loss. And all the teams are playing each other, are obviously doing the battle. So whenever you talk about tonight, Cowboys currently have a 35% chance of making it. You know, they got a hard road, especially with how they started. If they lose tonight, 8% chance. Now, what does that mean? That means like expected outcomes of future games that they would need to go different ways. And we all know how everything is at predicting it. But nonetheless, detrimental to the Cowboys' success this season if they were to lose to the Lions tonight. And for the Lions, they go from about a 60% chance to less than a quarter chance of making it. Colts, 88% where we're sitting right now. We got a lot of wins.
Yeah.
We got a lot of wins. We got a lot of wins earlier. And if we beat the Jags, it's good. If we lose to the Jags, we drop down to 58%. And then guess what? We got got the San Francisco 49ers, and then we got Seahawks, and then we got the Texans again, and then we got the Jags again. Jags with a loss, 75%. With a win, 85%. Well, why are they sitting in such a good spot? Steelers, 65% chance because they won a lot of games early.
Yeah, a lot of tiebreakers.
They were winning games and all that stuff. They lose to the Ravens, which is a massive rivalry, especially in the AFC North. 18% chance going forward. Yikes. All the Steelers fans will be louder than they'd even already become. And then on the opposite side of that, the Baltimore Ravens fans have gotten pretty loud too about maybe not having a team that could win a Super Bowl this year. Currently sitting at 76% chance to make the playoffs. AFC North favorites favorites, even whenever they were in a slump. Everybody had faith in them. They did not play great against the Bengals at home in primetime on Thanksgiving. If they were to lose to the Steelers at home, 31% chance of making it. And then Texans, 76%. They've been on a little bit of a run. It's a good football team. Number 1 defense in the league. A loss with 37%. And then the Chiefs, detrimental.
Yikes.
To everything they have, and who knows what the future conversation is if they were to lose to the number 1 defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Houston Texans, everybody sees the Houston Texans and they go like, no, I remember they weren't good, remember? And then C.J. Stroud was hurt and all this stuff. They're not a good team. It's like on the defensive side, they got a head coach named D'Amico Ryans, who is a freak show. Okay, he got the head coaching job because he was D coordinator for the Niners. And everybody talks about Robert Saleh whenever he was defense coordinator for the Niners, and back being the defense coordinator for the Niners, having a good time and dominating everything like that, certainly warranted. D'Amico did the same shit there, and then he got the head coaching job back at the place where he played. And what he has created on the defensive side and what they have invested in on the defensive side is a problem. And the Colts obviously ran into this Houston Texans team this last weekend, but it is not a fun game to watch, the Houston Texans defense playing against your team. They are so good.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. They wrecked the game. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, they've kind of had some issues this year. Have they figured that out? The Houston Texans defense will give us a big yes or no. And not only to the percentages, but I think for the eye test. Week 14's cooking here, Con Man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, especially when you're talking about tonight. Like, the biggest thing is the primetime games always. Those are the most eyes. Texans, Chiefs being Sunday Night Football. Eagles, Chargers, which is a different conversation. But tonight with the Cowboys, like, we talk about the brand new Lions. The same old Cowboys would be a conversation if they lose, because everyone's finally like, hey, the Cowboys are great. They're great. They're great. They're great. Them losing kind of makes sense, but I personally think it is kind of a brand new boys. You see Schottenheimer on the sideline talking about how much he loves football.
Hard Knocks is awesome.
Incredible this year. Yeah, great time to have the NFC East. But, a lot of the conversations about CD and Pickens and Dak, Javonte Williams, they finally have a running back. They finally have a running game. I think that's why all these guys are playing so well. A couple of key positions out. I believe Tyler Guyton is out. Yes, their starting tackle for the Cowboys. That'll be huge. Something to watch for the Lions. Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker, both questionable. Not sure if Decker matters as much because they're kind of calling him a revolving door at left tackle. But Sewell being out would be huge. It's very interesting to see how this game starts out. It's one of those, hey, if the Lions do, to Foxy's point, run the ball, control the clock, can the Cowboys offense ever really get going? I can't wait for this one tonight.
Is this a little stink like Dookie, a little bit? Is there a little Dookie stink to this? We just watched the Lions do what the Lions just did. We just saw what the Cowboys did, what they just did. We just saw that injury report right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a for the Lions.
Yeah. Big players.
Big time.
Yeah, a lot of known names there. It's a Thursday night game. Just normal Thursday night game stuff with injuries. You can steal a bye week almost with a short week and just kind of get somebody back for meaningful football afterwards. Now, Cowboys don't really have meaningful football afterwards if they lose tonight's game, so it's a playoff or bust type mentality and everything like that. But that's a lot of names on that injury report list. With the questionable obviously is not. That's not a good stage.
No.
Questionable is down here on stage. There's doubtful and there's questionable.
Probably good.
Yeah, there's probable up here and then, limited up here. Questionable is way down there. That's a lot of names, and they're still favored by 3.
I would expect most of those guys on that list to play. Basically, the talk all week has been St. Brown. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown going to play? And they're saying that every day he's getting better. He has a sprained ankle right now, so it's really just a toughness thing. It's not like that thing can get worse. So I personally would be shocked if he didn't go tonight in a game where we have to win tonight.
Yeah, the Sun God is an absolute dog.
Yes.
Let's go to some stats that actually say if Amon-Ra is playing, that could be great news, especially against this Cowboys defense. Now, once again, Cowboys defensive stats are throughout the entire season. They were ass. Like, they were dookie.
Yeah, very much
at
so.
the beginning of the season. They were everything DB, bad D, Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quad box bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how bad they were at the beginning. So the overall defensive stats are tough to go off of with what the current Cowboys defense is, post-trade deadline, post-figuring out what Eberflus's defense actually is. Like, that is a much different time than now. But nonetheless, what they're not great about at, Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of eat at. So that could be where the weakness is. We assume Sun God will play as well. And shout out to Detroit for being Detroit tough.
That's right.
Joining us now is a guy who's Connecticut strong, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's not a thing. It's Boston strong. That is actually a thing.
Okay,
Let's not put that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I don't. There's no reason to even think about doing that. Actually, with what block? He's Connecticut shop.
Yeah, Connecticut cool.
This guy's more like farm strong.
Who? The
guy
guy that's
that
about to join.
There ain't no farms that are that strong as they are in Western Massachusetts. Okay, if we're doing this whole New England thing, let's just do like Connecticut kind.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a man who's Connecticut kind, Dahn Orlovsky.
Yeah,
Grew up next to a farm. Grew up right next to a farm.
I didn't
right
say,
next door.
I didn't say there weren't any farms. I said they weren't farms like they are in Western Massachusetts.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. And you grew up next to the farm. I know your ass never touched a single thing on that property. I know that. I can tell by the calluses.
Dude, I used to live on that farm. I used to create a lot of trouble. I used to take baseballs and kill squirrels with them.
What is wrong with you?
Little Dahmer stuff sounds like.
That's an indicator. We like to call it.
Happy you're able to do that. Did you do any cow tipping or anything like that? Just try to kill any other animals?
Absolutely cow tipped in high school.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
This guy's the worst.
I didn't know that.
Me neither. I thought he was a great.
Did you get chased off any of this land with a double barrel saying, "Get off and stop touching my goddamn cows"? Did you get any of that?
No, there is one great story.
Hey, let's hear it.
I don't feel totally great telling it, but I'm too much of a sucker. So I would come home. I would be responsible for having to take my house key to school every day. I'd get home. There would be nobody home, so I could open the house to get in. And when I made mistakes, my dad wasn't too happy about it. So I had forgotten my key a couple times. That did not go well. So I forgot it this one day, and I was just to a point where I was like, I don't want that happening again. So I, instead of telling the truth, went and hid in the farm at like this entrance point behind the fence. I think there was snow on the ground, but it was definitely cold out. Stay there for hours.
Been there.
Police are driving by, cop cars coming by, this and that. I come like crawling out, like wobbly, stumbling. I kind of take a little bit, mud, dirt, all that face, rip a shirt, this and that. Tell my dad I got jumped on the way home. Blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. I hid from the people. I'm talking to the cops. The cops are asking me for a little bit more detail. I'm struggling to give them detail. End up that they call my bluff. My dad calls me bluff. Never actually got jumped, this and that. So I went through a pretty extensive lie as a teenager. And that was the only time I really had the issue with the farm.
Yeah. Were the cops, was it a missing child report was filed?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, because you didn't want to face a little accountability. Not a little, but I guess a pretty sturdy accountability there. I love that you had to come up with an idea as you're freezing your ass off how you could have lost the key. Oh, I got my ass beat. Jeez, what I got to do? Rip my shirt here.
I got jumped bad.
Then they took the key out of my pocket and said they were going to rob the house, and then they ran away. And then, Dan, you're the best. I love it. I love that you're all in on everything, Dan, which takes us to this.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, are you all in on them being the best team in ball right now at the moment? And are you all in on the fact that maybe the Lions aren't going to get it done this year? What is your kind of storyline about the two teams this evening? Lions favored by 3, Cowboys getting 78% of the bets and 83% of the money. So it feels like what the sports books feel like about tonight and the public who just watched on Thanksgiving, two very different outcomes for these teams, kind of seeing it differently. How do you see it, Dano?
Yeah, bad matchup for Detroit. Detroit defensively wants to line up and play man coverage. If you line up and play man coverage tonight against this Dallas offense, I would throw it 40 times. You can't cover both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens one-on-one. Detroit's just not healthy enough, not good enough to do that. What they've done, Dallas, ever since they've acquired George and he started to come on, they put George by himself. They put CeeDee away from him. And Dak Prescott goes, are you playing George Pickens one-on-one? If you are, I'm going to throw him the football. You're not good to cover him. If you want to favor George, if you want to lean towards George, then CeeDee's going to be the guy that gets the ball. And so one of the most important people to me for tonight for Detroit is Kelvin Shepard, their defensive coordinator. He's got to change scheme. He's got to play a little bit more zone, a little bit softer, give up yards, play great red zone defense. You just don't have the horses to defend this offense. Kansas City tried to, and you saw when it came push come to shove, they're just not good enough. Easier said than done, but you just can't play man coverage against this team.
Yeah, I think the thing about Dak, playing the best ball he's ever played, and is it because he has another number 1 wide receiver? Like, Is that kind of an expectation of Dak at this point? Like, we don't really talk about Dak as greatest quarterback in the NFL ever. Okay, I don't think that ever happens.
Yeah, he's played at a high level for a couple years, but this is certainly as good as it's ever been. The best way I describe Dallas's offense is imagine the Bengals offense having a good offensive line and run game. Because with those two receivers and the way that Dak's playing, pass game wise, it is very similar to Cincinnati's, where you just sit there and go, you want to throw it every play because they're so good. But then you go, well, Cincinnati's offense has been just catch and throw football for years. That's not Dallas. Dallas will get under center. They'll go with some extreme play action. They'll move the launch point. They'll take their shots downfield. And then also it's a very good offensive line. And that's not what Cincinnati has. So for everybody at home, just imagine Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins with a diverse scheme and good offensive line. That's how difficult this offense is to handle.
And Dak's a dog. We're learning that once again through Hard Knocks. I think we forgot because we don't really see much of Dak. He does his media, and then it's pretty guarded down there in Dallas. So we don't really. I feel like I don't really know much about him, even though I know that the Cowboys are on TV all the time. And I know the conversation is like that Dallas is not going to win. They're not going to be able to win. But then we watch Hard Knocks, and it's like Dak's a dude. Dak's a dude. Like, he is somebody that I think team would want to play for. And I like their trenches mentality or bunker mentality where they trade Mike away, who has certainly worked out. 5 years straight, first 5 years, 12 sacks at least. First player to ever do that in the history of the NFL. That was a cool moment whenever he was told that information with his entire family there. But they were said, you guys stink, you're not good. So they can really rally around that. It feels like they like Shoddy a lot as well. I don't know how much you're watching Hard Knocks, but it's like that building looks like a healthy place. That looks like a very healthy place right now whenever it was not being talked about like that at all, Dano.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Hard Knocks yet. I saw some of the viral clips, like the moment between Dak and Jameis seemed like super cool. Just the fact that they have that relationship seems awesome. Yeah, I think that one of the things that has been surprising watching this team and how Schottenheimer post-game just handled, obviously, the slow start, the tragedy with Nealand, and the way that they've played is how come he didn't get a chance sooner is one of the questions that has popped in my head. He comes from a rich family background or a football background, and he's been to a lot of different organizations. And it's surprising to me to watch how well he's handled and managed it all and still played at a high level, that he never really got this opportunity beforehand. Jerry Jones sitting in the press conference this year saying, I'm taking a risk. If anybody knows risk, it's me, and I'm taking a risk with this guy. And I think a lot of us who, been around locker rooms and different coaches are sitting there going, this guy seems to be great in this role, let alone, taking advantage of it. And so I've become I don't know Brian Schottenheimer. I've become a huge fan of his. And tonight's a playoff game. And that's crazy. 6-7 weeks ago, this team was left for dead, rightfully so. The fact that they're in a playoff game, and I think in many ways expected to win by a lot of people, it is a testament to the job he's done.
You're so cool for doing 6-7 weeks ago instead of like 7-8 weeks ago or 5-6 weeks ago. That was really cool of you.
That was not intentional, I promise.
Okay, Dan. We know how you do it. Just like yesterday, you did that, the same thing. But to your point, they've had playoff games basically for the last 5 weeks, I would say. Every game has been like a playoff game, and they've shown up and delivered. And for a first-year head coach like that in a brand new place. And I remember, when Jerry decides to move on from Coach McCarthy, who we will be talking to in the second hour today, can't wait to catch up with him. He has no ill will towards any of it.
No.
Like, Coach McCarthy has no ill will towards the Cowboys, towards Shoddy, towards anybody or anything. It's almost like it was a perfect situation, seemingly in McCarthy's eyes. He's going to live his life a little bit and then also still be a part of ball. And Jerry has now got a chance to. He missed the coaching cycle, remember, because Vrabes was already there was already everybody hired before he even decided to move on. We called him an idiot. This guy's an idiot. Lost his fastball. Fucking missed the coaching cycle. This guy has no idea what he's doing. And then he hires Shoddy. And to your point, the reaction nationally is this guy's not prepared for the job or ready for the job. We see him at the combine. Looked like the same exact guy that we had here in Indianapolis. I was lucky to be on a team when Shoddy was on the team coaching. He's a super cool dude, very casual, got along with everybody, obviously loves ball, grew up in a building, so you understand that he understands what it's all about. So him getting the opportunity and crushing it when everybody thought it was a stupid and bad hire, and then Jerry Jones just going, I still got it. Mm-hmm. Coach, play D-end, wide receiver, linebacker, nose tackle. I mean, he's making plays all over the place.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, I lost it. What's the most important position? Quarterback, already got him. Okay, and by the way, he was 4th round. Okay, Jerry. Now, let's go to, what's the other position? Head coach? Oh, yeah, I got him. Got another guy out here who we love, McCarthy. Hired from within, though. We knew this was the process. We had him prepared. We had him ready. Boom. What about defensive end, the most important position? Well, now we got 4 picks instead of just one guy. And guess what? We got now D tackle, and we got a linebacker. I held that in my back pocket, and I got $100 billion from natural gas. I'm fucking Jerry Jones. Like, he's got to feel so good about where he's at. But if they lose tonight, and the playoffs are off the table, it's all over. Jerry walks out with all those recorders around his face, and all they're asking him is, too little, too late, Chair. Maybe you should have been paying attention earlier, yada, 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 and it'll be all collapsing. And on the Lions side of this, if they lose tonight at home again, it's it's tough times up there for what the Lions were supposed to be or going to be. And I know the Philadelphia Eagles, whenever they had to do the turnover of their coordinators, there was 1 year, and then they go and win the Super Bowl. Is that just the mindset in Detroit if you guys lose tonight, or what do you think it would be?
100%. Have not lost back-to-back games in 14 games now. So if something changes tonight, then we know we got to reset. And Dan, from your perspective, the Lions as a whole, what's because obviously last year they're clicking, they're gelling, they look great, they're on time, they're on schedule, everything is great. From your perspective, what's the number one difference this year that you've noticed of this Detroit Lions team?
Yeah, one, the interior of the offensive line is not nearly as good as it used to be. The best center in football retires. That's not going to be the case. So that went from strength to weakness. And then everything builds off that. The second thing is very, very different when it comes to advantages created by scheme. You know, this was a team that would constantly create advantage in scheme, whether it was in their run game, their pass game, their play action game, their gadget game. And it has not been the consistent case this year. There's been moments when it looked like it was trending that way, but not nearly consistent. This was an organization that was built up front. It was built through the trenches years ago when Brad Holmes took over, and it just has been a slow decline from the back end of last year into this year, and specifically on the interior of their offensive line. And then, Foxy, you got a quarterback that, thrives when you protect him. When he's clean and he's got a pretty decent pocket, he could throw it with anybody. But when that's not the case, he's not the same quarterback. That doesn't mean he's still not a good player, but he needs that protection. He's not Patrick. He's not Lamar. And so when that team or that unit has taken a step back and you don't create as many advantages in scheme, then there's going to be a step back with the offensive performance. And so I would tell you tonight, though, tonight just like I think Dallas wins that game tonight, Foxy. But I will say this.
Jeez.
This feels like a game that Dan Campbell turns into a rugby match, not a track meet. I'm putting Dan Skipper on the field. We're gonna Jahmyr Gibbs becomes Christian McCaffrey. Like, he becomes Christian McCaffrey. It's 30 to 35 touches. I don't care how they happen, but he's getting 30 to 35. If he goes over 200 all-purpose yards, I think that's the best way for Detroit to win. And it's got to become like an ugly, nasty, physical, dirty football game for Detroit to win.
Jahmyr Gibbs getting 200 yards and the Detroit Lions winning seems like that would make sense if Jahmyr Gibbs, one player, was able to garner 200 yards by himself, which he has certainly done in the past, is a good sign of success. This is just like when people talk about the Colts. Like when Jonathan Taylor rushes for this, they win the games. It's like, well, when Jonathan Taylor rushes for that much, we're playing good football. It's like that. Yeah. It's not just that. Like there's a lot of other stuff that kind of go into it. So hopefully MCDC can turn back, the time of the offense 1 year, whenever they were creative and Ben Johnsoning. And now you look at the Chicago Bears, they can't even really complete a pass efficiently, and they are all over the place. And now maybe it takes a year to kind of refresh that. Or tonight, they beat the Dallas Cowboys and the Lions say we're all the way back. Let's talk about a couple of the other teams. I just mentioned the Colts there. We don't have to dive in all the way. We know the offense is different whenever Danny Dimes can't run. Now, I've been told he had friends at Duke who started a company who made a 3D printer protector for his leg. It wraps around it perfectly, so it pays to have smart friends, he says. And this is hopefully going to make him more healthy and hopefully more confident, I guess, in this entire process, because he's going to have a massive amount of pain at all times. That definitely affects us. But we have a very tough stretch down the road. One of those games involves another team that might go on a Super Bowl run, but nobody could have expected. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Dano, the the team that the Lions and Cowboys are trying to replace in the playoffs right now is the 49ers. They're on the bye this weekend. Do you think they can make a run? We've kind of talked about it on here a couple times. They've had so many injuries on defense, but Bob Saleh is still drawing it up. And then to Pat's point about the Colts, they do run into each other, the Niners and the Colts, in a couple weeks on Monday Night Football. Colts go at Jags, at Seattle, and then host the Niners. But how do you feel about this Niners team? Brock Purdy seeming to hit his stride again. Juwan Jennings basically making everybody in the NFL hate him, but he's still balling out. Kittle, McCaffrey, Ayuk's never playing football again in the Niners uniform, it seems like. But do you like the Niners, Dano? Do you think they're going to stay that 7 seed, kind of stay in the playoff hunt, or do you see them kind of having a tough road to finish the season?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Shanahan has been to 3 Super Bowls. This is his best coaching job. I mean, Connor, you kind of intimated it to it, but for the context, 2 starting different quarterbacks. They're all pro tight end has missed significant time. Their number 1, their number 2, their number 3 wide receiver have missed significant time. Their number 1 wide receiver has not played. Their defense lost their best player. Their defense lost their second best player and their first-round defensive draft pick. So this team's been decimated by injuries. I think they'll get in the playoffs. I do. I do not believe that they can go on a Super Bowl run. I would be shocked if the Super Bowl representative from the NFC is not either the Los Angeles Rams or the Seattle Seahawks. I think those 2 teams are clearly the best teams in the NFC right now. Green Bay probably a blink below them.
What about the Bears?
I think that.
What about the Bears?
So 1 seed.
You don't go on a Super Bowl run with that pass game right now. The pass game's improved to what it was last year, but you don't.
Right.
It's the best run game or one of the best run games in football, but pass game wise, it's just not good enough to go on a Super Bowl run.
Got it. I understand what you're saying. I don't have any more arguments against what you said there because these stats are alarming. Mm-hmm. And I just watching the Bears games in one of the quad boxes, okay, not watching every single snap and like kind of paying attention. And you're just seeing the Bears have this run that they're having. And it's like
I only see Caleb throw touchdown passes.
That's the red zone. That's the red zone effect.
That is right. They need to stop with what they're doing. With what they're doing, I can't be doing that anymore. Don't ruin.
They had 2 minutes of commercial.
The thing,
kidding me?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Too much, you say. 2 minutes. I'm not diving into it all. But Caleb Williams, I just have been assuming that he's been doing incredible stuff. Had the game winner where he gets the edge against the Giants, I think, a couple weeks back. Yep. And then he has all these incredible throws and everything like that. And then the stats start coming out, and then you hear Coach Ben Johnson say, like, hey, we're winning in spite of our pass game. I'm like, I don't know. I've seen some great passes.
Explosive.
And then the stats start coming out, and it's like, oh, I guess on a play-to-play basis, he's just still not there yet. You know, like the timing of offense and being on time and hitting just like classic slant here, classic stop, like classic, those throws still not hitting at a majority of a clip. Is that what you're saying? And what are these stats are saying?
Yeah, and it's all 11 of their offense in the pass game taking part. I would tell you it's route discipline, ball location. There's an incompletion that he has to the right sideline against Philly, which is a deep out to DJ Moore, and I think it encapsulates their pass game because you see a throw as the end result, and you go, gosh, Caleb, that ball's 2 yards behind DJ Moore. And I would sit here and tell you, well, when the ball leaves Caleb's hands, DJ goes like 6 more yards into his route. There's no way that should be the case. So is it Caleb's drops just a fraction too fast? Should he hold it and take another hitch? Does DJ go 1 revolution too much in his route and he therefore ends up deep, and therefore because the ball's out of the quarterback's hands so quickly is a missed throw rather than a completion? And so I think that they're still searching for the everybody being on the same page, details of the timing of the pass game, receivers. You know, I grew up with Mike Martz as a coach of mine, and he was notorious for saying as a receiver, be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, never fool the quarterback. And it looks like at times that receiving corps is still searching to get that, and Caleb's trying to be on the same page as well. So he's improved. He's been clutch. He's made plays, has created way less problems for himself than he did last year. but the pass game still leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay, and that's all reps, right? That's all timing, reps. That's all being on the same page and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
I talk about this a lot, but it was an opportunity to watch just greatness kind of operate. During the lockout, there was workouts being put together by players, by themselves. And I got a chance to be a part of a couple of the offense ones led by Peyton. The amount of times that Reggie, number one wide receiver, ran same route. They ran same route, same drive. I mean, it was like 10 straight times, all out, same rep, same exact thing. And then they go to the next one, then to the next one, then to the next one, then to the next one. And then you got like Dallas Clark doing like 15 hard, same exact routes. And it's like the amount of reps that went into the timing of like, they knew that it was all, we are orchestrating something here that is all being timed perfectly. So it's basically unguardable is what they are trying to do there as you kind of drop off. But it's like, that's a reps thing, right? That's all like that's a very much a need to work together type thing.
Yeah. And yes, because at the end of the day, the starting point for high level pass games is quarterback throws the ball. In the NFL, quarterback throws the ball before the receivers are open. And that's that whole premise of throwing guys open. Now, these types of throws where, quarterbacks are a little bit more on the move or whatnot, guys are going to be, you're not throwing with as much anticipation as you would a pocket passing game. Pocket pass game in the NFL, you're throwing the ball before the receiver's open. And I would tell you more often than not, receivers never see the quarterback. If you hear great receivers talk about catching passes, those receivers, when they come out of their cut, they're not snapping their head back looking for the quarterback. You watch good receivers, and when they come out of a break, whether it's an out route, a comeback, an in route, their eyes immediately go up to the sky, up to the air, because they're searching for the football. They're not peeking to see, do I see the quarterback? You can't see the quarterback because the offensive linemen are huge. And so, for a quarterback, I have to throw the ball to a spot more often than not and trust that you're going to get to that spot at the right time. And so that's why it just takes countless reps. And then that's on air. Then we're adding in a defense, a defender, moving parts, your route being bumped off a yard or a step. And so that's why you're talking about all those reps. Hey, on this out route by DJ Moore, what happens if I get pressed? What happens if I get to the top and I get a little bit of a body tug? And so that's why, those reps and the confidence that is needed by the quarterback to throw the ball, because I'm throwing it before you're ready for it. So like, I got to believe that you're going to be there, or bad things can happen.
Dude, CJ, we were watching CJ this past weekend because, with where we're at, we get a chance to, there's a couple different times during the field that we are right in the pocket, basically, with CJ Stroud. He was throwing these balls. He couldn't see shit. I know he couldn't see shit because I'm right behind him. Everybody, there's a hand in his face and the offensive line, and he is just throwing directly to a spot, and this thing just levitates to a spot, and then boom, Nico Collins is there. And it's like, he didn't see Nico. There's no way Nico saw him in this entire thing. And he was throwing this, I don't know, maybe 75 miles an hour to a spot. And it's like so confident that it was going to be a completion. And then we're just walking down and we're doing it again. And then we're doing it again.
Yeah.
And it's like the anticipation, obviously the accuracy to the spot, the amount of work that goes into that. But then also having the courage to let that thing fly when knowing a pick six changes an entire game. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. That's why whenever like CJ stepped in his rookie year and had so much success, I think everybody was like mind blown. And when Jaden steps in and has so much success, it's like in college, there's times, especially Jaden down at LSU, especially with the guys he had, those dudes don't have somebody within 20 yards of them. And Jaden has eyes on them since before snap and during the entire thing to do that. So for Jaden to get into the NFL and have no idea where somebody's going to be or where they're supposed to be and spin it, I think that's the most impressive part about these rookie quarterbacks. So Caleb is going through that right now, I think. I think he's trying to figure that out. And I don't think that's like an easy thing to get comfortable with. Like, I'm going to throw it to
No.
Who knows?
And Pat, one of the things that I would tell you is like great throwing quarterbacks, great passing quarterbacks, and therefore great passing games. I would tell you the quarterback more so than not is throwing away from the defender than to his guy. A lot of times quarterbacks, I don't want to sit here and tell you that they don't see the receiver, but against specific zone defenses, like you're throwing more often than not, you're throwing away from defenders to a spot that you know that receiver is going to get to in that pass concept. And that's why you'll see Stafford be so capable of throwing no lookers, or Joe Burrow being so capable of throwing no lookers, is because they don't really need to see the receiver. I see the defender. And if this defender and that defender are there, I know where they're not, and I know where my guy is supposed to get to. But that takes thousands of reps. And it's going to take Caleb just time to get there. And that's when we hear people talk about the timing of a pass game. That's why it's not just, the in shorts, in the backyard or in the practice field. It's not just that timing of I'm running 12 steps on this in route and I'm going 5 steps on my drop back. It's okay. Well, if this defender, shoves me, it's just, there's so many different variables that can alter the timing of it. But I would tell you, most really high end passing quarterbacks really don't see receivers. They see defenders and throw away from them.
Well, we'll assume that Caleb will be able to get to that point. Jared Goff was there. Will MCDC take advantage of that tonight against the Dallas Cowboys? Will the Bears be able to slay the Packers? We shall see. It's a magical time in the NFL. We appreciate you joining us, Dano, on your way to somewhere in Connecticut. Cool, kind.
Bristol.
Nice.
All right, tell everybody we said hello up there.
Bristol blows. That'd be the Connecticut thing for them.
No.
Not because of the ESPN.
It's called a Bristol Blast. It's a blast.
Yeah, for rats.
Bristol Blast, Connecticut kind.
Yeah, all the place. All right, we appreciate you. That's Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
You worried about Caleb Williams maybe picking up a little bit of some time and going into down the stretch here, pal?
No. They're a good football team, but what am I supposed to fucking cower up here in my boots because the Packers are playing the Bears? And this is the first time the Bears have been good in 20 years? No. Well, this is the best part. We get to find out Sunday. You think Hafley has any chance against Ben Johnson's super brain? Oh my God.
Oh, he's got a chance.
And Ben Johnson shirtless out there just.
It's actually, I don't think it's Hafley because Ben Johnson, right after he got the job, kind of took a shot at LaFleur in his introductory press conference. And I think a lot of people were like, oh man, these guys must be buddies. And someone was like, yeah, no, they're not. So they genuinely, I don't think they like each other. So
you think LaFleur's going tarps off before him? Do you think there's
LaFleur's not a tarps off guy?
If he waxes his chest, maybe.
Yeah, because
Jeff Hafley is the tarps off guy.
Oh, really? For LaFleur.
Exactly.
He would do that.
Coach, I got this.
He's going to be a great head coach one day.
Who?
Jeff Hafley.
I don't like what you're doing.
What's that?
Trying to poach everybody.
You have a head coach named Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
he's a Hall of Famer. He's the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who haven't had a losing season in 20 years.
He's about to go on a Super Bowl run. You know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers record was when they went on that Super Bowl run? 2020? They were 7-5. How many MVPs does Tom Brady have? Is it 4?
I think so.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
So does Aaron Rodgers. Okay? Let's not give up on the black and gold yet.
Who messaged you and said, hey, you're being a little heavy on the anti-Steelers stuff. We still got a chance at this thing.
Nobody. Just my natural being is be pissed off for a few days. Just what are the stages of grief? Okay, I'm into positive outcome on the other side of stage of grief now.
Future. Yeah, hope and optimism for the future is where you're at. Ravens, they're in the same spot the Steelers are. This is a big fans waiting to murder their team game. That's big. It hasn't been like that in a long time with the Steelers and the Ravens.
I think it's weird because I think either side, whoever loses, isn't going to be super mad. They're going to be a little mad, but then they're going to be super happy that they can then attack the head coach.
Win-win, truly.
Yeah, for us as football fans watching along, the Steelers fans with a reaction to a loss against the Ravens this weekend will be biblical. Ravens fans with a loss to the Steelers this weekend will be biblical. I mean, you're talking great reactions from two towns that have had head coaches for a long time. And the fan bases have gone, we like you, we appreciate you, we'll definitely write your chapter as a big one whenever we tell the story of this city and everything. See also the next chapter could be the best one we've ever had, and we got Lamar Jackson somehow, and we still haven't really. So what do we?
I actually saw a tweet on the internet of the two guys holding the blue and red bandanas in harmony together. That's the Steelers and Ravens fans this week. We both know that we don't have a chance in the long run this year, so we're just in harmony this week. We're going to watch football games, see what happens.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate also the fact that there's people who are trying their best to do what's best for sport, okay? And yesterday we had Nick Khan on, president of the WWE, also one of the executives leading Zuffa Boxing. They were having a Congress hearing about the Muhammad Ali American Boxing not revival, there Enhancement Act or something.
Boxing Revival Act. Yeah, you got it.
Boxing Revival, but I think he was calling it the Enhancement Act as well. So I think it was a revival, and then they're trying to make an enhancement to it so they can modernize it a little bit, and then potentially, they feel like up the entire state of the entire sport, and I believe them because they've always done good things. College sports, obviously, we understand, are very much in the middle of a pretty chaotic situation behind the scenes. College sports, though, are also in the middle of a boom whenever it comes to popularity because people just appreciate great atmospheres, great environments, great passion, great competition. So there's a lot of people that have suggestions on how we can maybe fix the back end of it, and then there's some people who know ball, played ball, understand ball, and also have enough money to be able to sit in the rooms where the people that maybe didn't have as much success in ball and normally have these types of opinions and kind of give his take on it. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who is the most successful former Indianapolis Colt in the history of the Indianapolis Colts, Texas Tech Red Raider alum, a man who got into oil business after being a professional offensive lineman, then a dabble in real estate, and then now a man who is trying to at least spearhead a little bit of a different route for college athletics, Cody Campbell.
Yeah, Cody!
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so we got bulls. We like bulls down there. Okay, we like good longhorns down in Texas. We like to drill too. Listen, hey, one man started with a shovel, then we got pretty advanced with the rigs that we created. This one you will see all over the land. And then that last one, what's there? Is that just dust? What is the last one?
Well, I didn't know we were going to talk about the oil business, but since we are, got to put this on.
Cody, you are Texas, it feels like, in a nutshell. And what is the last one there? So you got the longhorn, then you got the oil rig, and then is that a tumble?
Oh, no. These back here, these are two eagles. Our company's called Double Eagle because my business partner, John Sellers, and I both went to Canyon High School, which was, we were the Canyon Eagles, and there are two of us. So that's what we named our company.
Okay, no, a double eagle, we've talked and learned a lot about, especially as you just go into Morgantown, West Virginia, and pummel the Mountaineers. Okay, I've learned a lot about double eagle. I'm talking about on your shirt right there, though. I think that's West Texas.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's West.
All right, so we got West Texas. We got food, fuel, and fiber. So we produce a huge percentage of the beef cattle and dairy cattle. We have the largest oil field in the world in West Texas, and we're the largest contiguous cotton growing region in the world also. So pretty much everything that runs America runs through West Texas, including football right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, Cody. And also, it's not just the fact that you're an oil businessman. I assume you got some cattle as well. And hell, I might as well grow some cotton as well in there, Cody Campbell, you West Texas legend. But you're also a former professional football player. You're former collegiate athlete. And not only just former professional football player, offensive lineman, which obviously is a position that really doesn't get a lot of shine, involves a lot of dirty work and grit, but also football IQ. So whenever you're kind of representing something, I think me and a lot of other former players are like, if Cody's in on it, we're in on it. What you've been able to do at Texas Tech in the double eagle and everything like that, spectacular. But it feels like you're also trying to address like a national problem. I know you went to Washington to speak about that. What are you pitching, and what do you think is the answer kind of in the long run for college sports as a whole as you take off your hat and let's go ahead and talk a little shop here?
Yeah, let's talk business. So I got interested in the topic a number of years ago as the laws started to change, as there were different court rulings that came down, and I helped to start the NIL collective at Texas Tech. At Texas Tech, I'm now the chairman there, so I got a good understanding of higher education. Of course, as you said, I'm a former player, so became very interested in at first, just how can I help Texas Tech take advantage of the chaos that has emerged, and how can we best approach our strategy there? But then as I got into it, I saw how fundamentally broken the system was, and it was broken for reasons that I didn't first understand initially. And then, had the opportunity to get involved more on the political side, because the courts have made it very clear, the Supreme Court has made it very clear that Congress has to act in order to solve the problems that we have right now. There's no other way to do it, unfortunately. Hate to have to lean on the federal government for any kind of solution, but that's where we are. And so I've been spending time in Washington, working with the White House, working on the Hill, and trying to find a solution that will comprehensively stabilize the system and make it sustainable for the long run. That's what I'm concerned about. For me and for you, college football and the opportunity to play sports for any college athlete, it changes your life, opens up doors, provides opportunity for education. It provides our Olympic development pipeline. The impact that it has on women is massive. 94% of women who are in C-suite roles in this country have a sports background. Most people don't know that. 60% of CEOs in companies across America have a college sports background. I mean, this is an incredible leadership development tool that we have for this country, and we need to make sure that it's preserved. It changes lives. Plus, you and I, come from similar type places. Like, how important are the Mountaineers to Morgantown? How important are the Red Raiders to Lubbock? Places like that. The sports teams and the college sports programs they have are the cornerstone of the social fabric of those places. And so it's worth saving. It's important to people. And I think sometimes people on the coasts, don't understand it. But in the South and in the Midwest, we understand how important college sports are, right? And we want to make sure that they're preserved. But right now, they're in a spot where, the average budget deficit among FBS schools is $20 million per school per year. We have.
You said deficit there? Deficit? Average is $20 million deficit for these schools across the country? Because I heard we're all making money, right?
They're not making money at all. And the other thing people understand is that there are only two sports that make any money: football and men's basketball. Football makes the vast majority of it, and those two sports pay for everything else. And so right now we have a problem in the way that we monetize our sports. So we have commercialized the cost aspect of it, right? So we're paying the players, we're paying the coaches a bunch of money, but then we have this amateur model that is, 60 years outdated that we use to generate revenue. And those two things just don't match up. So people are running massive deficits. That $20 million deficit was from 2024. We don't even have the 2025 numbers. 2025 is when it kicked in, when the athletic departments can start paying the players. So there's no telling how big the budget deficits will be for this year. I mean, they'll be unbelievable, totally unsustainable. So what you're going to see in the future is schools are going to have to make the choice of either using basically tuition dollars to pay for these deficits, taxpayer dollars, or they're just going to have to start cutting sports. And the sports they're going to cut are the sports that don't make money. So that's women's sports and that's Olympic sports. So our Olympic pipeline is diminished. The opportunities for women are diminished. And then the sport of football, which you and I played and love, is going to shrink because a lot of people just can't afford to play it. And for the communities that are affected by that, it's going to be devastating. And so for me, this is something that, I'm not doing for any other reason. I'm not going to make money off of it. In fact, I'm spending money to do it. I'm spending a lot of time to do it. I'm doing it because I know how important it is to the country. I know how important it is to my life, to my family, the opportunities that I receive from it. And anybody that played ball understands that exact same thing. The biggest challenge we've had is just getting the politicians to pay attention to it, honestly, understand the issues, understand these fiscal problems that we have. Most people think money's falling from trees. It's absolutely not. We're going broke as a system, and we got to fix that.
Okay, I appreciate you taking the initiative because obviously the first reaction from people, and we read up on some of the reactions, some of the politicians were like, we should not be spending time on this. We got a lot of other bigger issues. Some people are saying that it's not there yet, whatever the case. And obviously there's TV revenue deals. I think that span until like 2036. Each kind of big conference has a different TV deal that expires at the right time. I think what you're kind of preaching is there should be some sort of better business model for these colleges to exist. Is that what your pitch is basically and what you're trying to figure out? And have you experienced it at Texas Tech? Because then the next follow-up is, well, this guy's just trying to help Texas Tech. It's like, it feels like you're actually not trying, you're trying definitely are helping Texas Tech, but also I think what we did here, we can maybe try to do for other places as well, so we can just keep the sports, college sports, healthy as a whole, right? That's kind of your pitch if I had to kind of take it in.
Yeah, so I guess your last question first, as far as Texas Tech goes, I mean, we're doing just fine. We've been able to take advantage of all this, all the chaos. I mean, like I said, we sit on top of the largest oil field in the world. So, like, if everything falls apart and there are no rules at all, we benefit from it. So, I'm actually working against the interest of Texas Tech and what I'm doing and trying to make it so that everyone can survive and everyone can be competitive. So, yeah, people like to paint me as being a Texas Tech guy, but that's just not.
Well, you are though. You are though, and Texas Tech should be proud of that.
Hey, I'm going to keep doing everything I can to help Texas Tech, regardless of what the rules are. But there have to be rules, and yeah, I mean, folks just don't understand how very important this is and how existential the problem is. And what we're talking about is a solution that's not going to happen overnight. What I'm concerned about is we have seen 182 programs cut this year. I mean, that's a fact. All women's sports and Olympic sports. I mean, that's all because of these budget problems. But problems are just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. But what we're looking at is a solution that we're talking over 10 or 12 years. We reform the way that we market our media rights, the way that we generate revenue. The NFL is a great example, but the NBA is an even better one. College football has twice as many viewers as the NBA does, but college football makes half as much money as the NBA does. And that is all just because of what's called the Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961 and the rights that professional sports have that college sports don't have. That's part of it. It's also because we don't have a central governing body that coordinates scheduling and makes sure that we maximize viewership and that we have games on at the right times when people want to watch them and we don't cannibalize our viewership. I mean, there are weeks, on game day where there are 10 games that you guys probably should be at, right? And then there are weeks where you're like, where are we going to go this week? There's no good. I mean, those are the types of things that we need to fix, right? And there should be no reason that you have a marquee matchup in the Big Ten competing with another marquee matchup in the Big Ten on different networks at the same time. And that's just bad business, right? And so if we could just fix those problems and run the thing like a business like the NFL has done very effectively, we can increase revenue massively. And that's just common business sense.
Hey, Cody. I'm thankful you're signing up to do this, brother, because everybody wants it. Everybody's hoping for it. There's going to be a lot of adversity. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to detract from this situation happening. You're the right guy for the job, because it's not just about food. It's not just about oil. It's not just about cotton. It's about grit and success down there in West Texas. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. I'm going to bring my shovel down next week. I'm looking to find one of those.
We don't do it with shovels anymore. Yeah, we'll get you the right equipment, but we'll let you drill over some more.
That's Cody Campbell. We'll be back on the other side. Goodbye.
Yeah.
All the way here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly.
Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G, 3 jobs, few beans, tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
The guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today, and he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm gonna wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and
Shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, cancel you me, boogeyman spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for dookie, yeah, you waiting for dookie. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you hating folks.
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Go! 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 Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder now, a little bit louder now, a little bit louder.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Week 14 kickoff Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is magical. We're lucky to talk about it every single day. Week 14 of the NFL season kicks off tonight in Detroit Rock City as they host the hot Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Lions are 3-point favorites as Dak Prescott travels to town with a litany of talent and also 78% of the public bets. That number has not moved.
Not that I have seen, no.
So it's 80% of the bets. It's going to keep going up probably as we get closer to the entirety.
I love it.
Normally it's settled, or sorry, it's down to 77.
Okay, 77. All right, so we're 77, 78%. It's going to be about 80%, and they're not moving the number. They're saying, yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. Do what you want to do. We like the Lions favored by 3 because they're trying to get 50% of the money on either side. Allegedly, is what they hope to do with the number. They're saying that they don't necessarily look at what the outcome of the game is. We just try to look at what the number should be to get 50% of the money on one side, 50% of the money on the other side. So then we, mitigate our losses as opposed to our gains. The juice. And that's what they're looking for. That is allegedly what they're looking for. So whenever something starts moving to a 78%, 80%, you would normally see sportsbooks potentially react in changing the number to try to keep people maybe going on the other side. Instead, it stays at 3 the other way. 80% of the money and 80% of the bets are on the other side, and the sports books are like, we're not changing. No matter what you just saw on Thanksgiving, no matter how you feel about either of these teams, no matter what Hembo stats that they're popping up that say, hey, this Dallas Cowboys offense could cook the most it's ever cooked against this Detroit Lions defense, the sports books believe the Lions still have it. Talks the table at Boss Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Comment, why do you think that is? Why do you think they think the Lions have it at home here?
I don't know. I don't know if they do think they have it at home. It feels like they're kind of praying for a push maybe, but I also think that, are you really going to put the Lions who, Foxy, what's the stat after a loss?
14 in a row.
Are you really going to make that team underdogs at home?
13-1 against the spread.
So that's where I kind of stand. I don't know how everybody else does. MCDC 0-7 on fourth downs. Foxy's point earlier as well, kind of feel like that's going to go one way. I also think they might have a little inkling on the injuries. Amon-Ra playing, Penny Sewell playing, Taylor Decker playing, a lot of questionable guys probably actually going to end up going. Cowboys are hot. They're rolling. That's why they're getting all those bets. I personally am riding with the Cowboys. I feel great about the Cowboys. Thought they were going to run the table last week. Still feel that way this week. But again, when you feel like that, when all those numbers are on that one side, history tells us everyone's wrong, and it's the Lions.
Yeah, that is why I'm kind of bringing it up, and you made a lot of good points there for the Lions, especially if all those guys do end up playing. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is here, and joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawker, good to see you. Happy Dookie Eve, dude.
Oh yeah, happy Dookie Eve. I eagerly await the announcement. I guess midnight tonight, correct? That's when it comes out.
Yeah, available on all platforms, including Spotify. Sweet. It's going to be a real song. It's insane that it has happened, obviously. And there's not just one song. There's like 7 or 8 of them that are going to be coming out here over the next, couple months.
Hell yeah!
And this one is certainly the most shallow of them all. But I will say, it's such an interesting part of the process because in the open for Oregon, I just kind of freestyle that thing. And then on the long-ass flight, I kind of write it up. And I'm like, wait, this kind of has a little bit of a... Then you start talking to the people who actually know music. They're like, let's make it. This feels like something we should make. And then make the song. And then all of a sudden, yeah, let's put it out. Let's make a video. And then also, let's make all the other ones. It's been a wild experience. It's been an absolutely wild experience over the last couple of months, including a lot of incredible kindness from people in Nashville, very talented people in Nashville, reaching out and helping me through this whole process. But yeah, Dookie's available. My Spotify page, I think, is up there right now as a musician. It's black and white photo of me smoking.
It looks cool.
It is cool looking photo. Letting the music people kind of do the music thing. But yeah, this is the first of many coming out. That guy, Seth England, is awesome. He's been so cool and so nice. Co-founder of Big Lod. And you can go.
Dresses real cool, too. He came through the Thunderdome.
What's that?
He came through the Thunderdome. Dresses real cool as well.
Oh, yeah, he's a lot of moxie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seth has a lot of moxie, a lot of swagger, and he's a beast. And him and Ernest have helped me out so much. And a man named Holman, out of Illinois, this guy has the greatest vibes of all time. So I've had a blast through the entire process, and it's outrageous that this is an actual thing.
There you go.
But there's real songs coming. There's real songs coming. And I think we have some. And there's going to be some features by some people that are like real musicians. We're trying to do it. We're really trying to do it. I've been writing this shit for so long, and it's like very personal stuff. Like, I think you can kind of hear what stage of life I was in or what I was going through these songs and through my notes section. And it's been a very, I don't want to say it has been. It has been an emotional journey back through my notes sections. It has been a
storytelling.
It's been a lot of stories being told throughout different times of my life. And Dookie is certainly one of them that was created very recently, but all the other stuff is, I'm very excited for the world to hear it. And those 2 dudes have been Ernest and Jelly. That was back when Jelly still had a little bit of a belly.
Oh, yeah.
That's whenever this all kind of got set in motion. So, AJ, happy Dookie Eve, and I appreciate the hell out of you. Great to see you. We've missed you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Sorry, I had back-to-back funerals for 2 legends, my grandpa and then a guy named Bobby Mansfield. So, yeah, unbelievable. Sucks being a pallbearer like 3 times in the last 3 weeks or whatever. But, yeah, you talk about it, perspective, I'm lucky to be, I had a lot of awesome people around. And unfortunately, a couple of them have died recently.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't feel, I hope you didn't
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to bring it down or anything. No. I'm saying, I'm just,
You
my
didn't bring
grandpa,
it down.
Dean Hawk, he was the man. And it was cool to see the response from people and how many different people's lives he has touched and all of that. So it was, awesome terrible situation, but getting to see people that you love is awesome.
Yeah, so I wanted you to know that I didn't want to tell your story and I didn't want you to feel obligated to say it. So whenever you just said it right there, I didn't want you to think that I meant for that to happen. But I would like to tell you, this sucks for you and your family, what you guys have been going through. It's the worst part of this whole life thing. And just know we love you, brother. And we appreciate the hell out of you. Now, on that note, ball has been something that has helped all of us through, crazy, terrible, difficult times. And tonight, kicking off week 14. We got a great game, not only here, but on Sunday slate, we got great games all over the place. Like, meaningful football season is very much here, and there's a lot of ramifications on all of them. Let's start with tonight's game. Cowboys-Lions. Look at the projected percentages of making the playoffs with a win or a loss for both of these teams. We got a chance. We don't really for both of them tonight. Massive Rammies starting on this Thursday Night Football. What are your thoughts with the hot Cowboys and the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, I heard you guys going back and forth, and it's like, all right, I was leaning a certain way. I'm not going to lie, I was leaning Cowboys coming into the show. Now, Jahmyr Gibbs, he obviously gives me worry. I don't know how you stop that guy. But I would say before talking to Coach Mike, I still lean the Cowboys a little bit. I'll let you know by the end of the hour probably where I'm going to pick. But Cowboys are hot, man. Honestly, I feel like the Cowboys have something going. It's going to be very, very loud tonight, though. That place is going to be on fire.
That place is going to be on fire. And maybe we get a Jack White M&M performance. Just do it every time. I think we'd all welcome that, even though we know that would be a lot of work and crazy ask.
Or anybody, really.
So maybe anybody from Detroit. I
Poser.
think there's a bunch. Yeah. Put Posner up there.
Put Posner up
Need
there.
Posner.
Put Posner up there. Okay, so, but as we get back to this, Coach McCarthy, just like Coach Pagano used to do, when they would talk about the game, it would sway us definitely. It would definitely sway both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both see tonight's game the same way, from what I just heard from you. Coach McCarthy's not going to turn his back on the Cowboys tonight at all. He's going to only be gassing up what we think.
Yeah, he coached for the Cowboys, and the Lions are a former divisional foe. Come on.
He might take the easy way out. Good night for the silver and blue.
Yeah, so
that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, they
Good night
take
for
both
silver and blue.
teams. But I think if he was to do that, though, I do believe that would be a man. I'm intrigued. Ladies and gentlemen, join us now, Super Bowl champion, Yinzer legend, former head coach of the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, our coach, Coach McCarthy.
Yeah, Coach.
What's going on back here? There's two of you.
Yes.
All right.
Exception.
Well, hey, guys, it's good to see you. I've missed you guys.
We miss you.
And,
There's
first
two of
off,
you.
Pat,
Hunting blind.
yeah,
back there?
I had to have a picture today, so I put a picture of an impersonator, a hunting impersonator, up there in the tree stand on Sunday. So it was the last day of deer hunting season up here, and I participated as far as being there, but obviously didn't get anything. So it was a great day being out in the woods, and so I thought I'd represent all the great hunters of Wisconsin and the great outdoors up here. And like I say, they ask you where you hunt, they tell you go to Minnesota. They don't want you up here. So it was a cool day. It was a cool day. Obviously Thanksgiving weekend, and I haven't seen you guys in a while, so this is a great part of the country. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, well, Coach, we miss you. We're happy you had a great Thanksgiving, it sounds like. Sorry you went tagless out there, brother. That's tough. You got a big old buck right there on your forehead. I don't know if that's what you were planning on getting up there and then walked out of there with absolutely nothing. I love that you said cold day there because my dad, Tim McAfee, he used his tag here in Indiana. Okay, he just bought an Amish shed, okay, down in Amish country.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
It is now.
2 hours south of here, he bought a shed in the middle of Amish country, basically, that has hundreds of acres. These Amish, they don't really hunt much. There's deer. Literally bought it. He was putting the plumbing in 3 weeks ago so that he could get hunting season in down there. Goes into the back. He gets a buck. Immediately, love this place. I'm a genius. Then his friends, obviously back in Pennsylvania where he hunts, has a camp back up in the hills of Pennsylvania, up in Warren near Tidiute up there. His friends invite him back. Already got one, Indiana, I'm living large, has a Pennsylvania tag. Oh, 7-point basically just walked right into my rifle. So I had to do it. So Tim's living large. We're about to have more venison jerky than any place in the country. That man just delivers it all. So, yeah, I understand the outdoorsman life. Tim used to put his shit into a garbage bag with piss in it for 3 weeks before hunting season because these deer are smart, obviously, and they can smell them. Yeah, I understand what you're doing up there. I appreciate you hunters out there. I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had a good picture with a rifle in my hand. I was scared to put it up there because I don't want to get you in trouble. But after that, I should have definitely gone with that picture.
Yeah, I've had a rifle in my hand since I'm about 11 years old. 30-06. I've been able to fire. You know what I mean? If I had to. But let's talk ball as we talk about fruitless hunting season for you. Let's talk about fruitful Thursdays, which it has been for you whenever you project how a Thursday night football game would be going. If you were to make picks, you'd be 7-3. Hey. 70%. Very good. Very good, Coach. I know you know nothing about it, but if you were to go 70% in picking games, you'd be in the Hall of Fame for picking games forever. Now, tonight obviously involves your Dallas Cowboys taking on a former division foe in the Detroit Lions. Dak Prescott, CD, GP, Ferguson, run game, offensive line might be the best offensive unit in ball right now. The defense obviously playing much better than they were earlier in the year. And for the Lions, they're still trying to figure it out, it seems. Last time we saw them, they weren't good. The only thing that was good was the halftime show and the team they were playing. Now, Lions favored by 3. And then Cowboys receiving 80%, 83% of the money, 77% of the bets. So everybody is kind of thinking that the Cowboys have this one except for the sports books. What are your thoughts on tonight's game, and what are kind of your big takeaways for both teams to maybe win this one?
Well, I'll just cut to the chase. The Cowboys they won't need the points tonight. I really like the way they've been playing. And I think, going through the research, I think we've had some great games here on Thursday night, and I think it's we're getting ready to watch the best one. I'm real excited to watch this game. Frankly, I'll watch this by myself somewhere, so I won't have to talk to anybody during. I think it's going to be a hell of a football game. I've always had great respect, and I think AJ attests to this. I mean, even back in the in the early 2000s, Detroit is a very difficult place to play. I think they're an outstanding football team. Dallas is healthier. This is a big road win. They need this road win. You always start the season where you need at least 4 road wins. This is an opportunity to get that 3rd road win. This will be an opportunity for the Cowboys to win 4 games in 18 days and mini bye week going into the final stretch. So I just think there's a lot that goes into the game. And I think when you look at the stats, I think the stats paint a really good picture of this. You got 2 outstanding offenses. The turnover ratio definitely it favors Detroit. Dallas is going to have to do a great job taking care of the ball. Dallas is taking the ball away a lot better here than over the last month and a half. And I think the biggest change that I think will really factor for the Cowboys, when you talk about designing and building your football team, the ability to be strong down the middle. Because when you get into the coaching and you're putting together the scheme, your playbook, and how you want to build that offense or build that defense, you got to be strong down the middle, because the closest you are to the football, the more mental and emotional responsibility you have to that unit. And I think what Dallas has done on defense, going to the 5-man line, has really helped their run defense. And I think clearly you look at the middle of their defense now. The 2 defensive tackles inside those additions have been excellent. You got Demo Overshawn is back. He's a young impact player. I think Logan addition, you got the 2 safeties back, Malik and Dono. So you look at the middle of that defense today compared to 5-6 weeks ago, and I thought they showed that on Thanksgiving Day. So I was real impressed with the way they played, and I think the video definitely of the past 3 or 4 games definitely favors Dallas in the game. Obviously, I know I'm biased, but I feel really good about the Cowboys tonight, and really looking forward to watching it. The offense, Dallas's offense is playing tremendous. I'm really actually. I'm real excited to watch the chess match part of it. I'm curious to see how Detroit's going to play Dallas's offense. Detroit plays more base defense than anybody in the league. They always have. It's their philosophy. But when you got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, I mean, how much two-shell is that going to present to the Dallas offense? And I think Brian and staff will do a great job of taking advantage of those run looks. So I think this is going to be a game that's going to have a lot going on. Obviously, the basics are who takes care of the ball, who takes it away are important. You got the 4th down conversations, that'll be part of this. But I think this is a great matchup tonight. Detroit needs this game. Dallas needs this game. I think it's going to come down to the end. And if you look at the 2-minute offenses for both Dallas and Detroit, they're both excellent. Both quarterbacks are playing the last couple of years. I don't think Jared Goff gets enough credit for how well he's played. Big fan of his, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Dak's, and he is rolling. But if you look at the defenses, the 2-minute defense and the run defense, I think those are going to be 2 big focal points tonight, because this game could clearly come down to who has the ball last. And the offensive 2 minutes or performance to date have been much better than the defensive performance. So
okay, so let's
think you
talk.
got a hell of a matchup. I know that's long-winded, but
No, that was great, actually. Everything you said there was fantastic. We got to learn a lot about how you view both teams. But you talk about that Dallas Cowboys defense a little bit, and you talk about the last few weeks versus what they were at the beginning. I think that's why it's hard to believe any of these stats about this defense. It's hard because this is the entire season. They were ass. What do you think it is? Do you think it is the trades that Jerry Jones made? And do you think it's also maybe Eberflus's system kind of taking hold, or them kind of understanding what they're looking for? Because they look vastly different than what they did at the beginning of the year. Is it sustainable, I guess, would be the question. And what have you seen as the biggest difference?
Yeah, I think one thing about this, this team, and, you go back to training camp, we talked about them. It's a young football team that the majority of the team, in my opinion, the arrows are all pointing up. So, you got to deal with that, the health, the injury challenge that every team has to go through. It's just a matter of how many, when they come, and to who and what positions. And, and Dallas is healthier. Dallas is a healthier team tonight than Detroit. But yeah, definitely the defense. I mean, their numbers were so bad, and that's hard to overcome those when you have those numbers earlier in the season. But I think if you look at this team the last 4 or 5 weeks, especially since the trade of Quinn Williams and Logan Wilson, I mean the middle of that defense has been, I think the 5-man line structure they've gone through has really helped them. And I think both corners tonight are going to be challenged. I mean, I know those are matchups I'm going to be watching to see how that, because you got two really good running games, you got two dynamic runners in Detroit. I definitely a fan of those guys, and I love the way Dallas is running the ball. I think that the run and the action pass, the first and second down offense of Dallas has really, really improved, and I think it's a big part of why they're having success on third down, and they're getting the red zone opportunities, and Dak's doing a great job getting the ball to his perimeter guys, particularly with attacking the end zone, those type of throws in the red zone. So this is going to be a hell of a matchup, and I think this thing can come down to the end, and whoever has the ball last, statistically, should win the game.
All right, we're going to stay up for it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We're staying up for it tonight. This is one of those ones we look forward to. This is a massive matchup. Congrats to Kirk and Al and Kaylee and Carissa and Fitz and Witt and Sherm and Gonzo and
Marshawn sometimes.
Congrats. This is a big one tonight.
Yep.
This is a big one tonight. We're excited about that. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, when you hear people talk about having a balanced offense, is that something as a play caller, is that something you think about in a game? Like, okay, I got 12 passes, 3 runs called. I got to start running the ball more. Like, is that something you actually think about in game?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's more about what's called. I think you clearly have to, factor in, the RPO mindset, the check with me mindset, the run the pass, the keeps the run, all the different combinations that you give the
coach. Sorry to cut you off. Can you explain check with me to people that don't know? I think a lot of people don't really know what that means exactly.
Yeah, I think the ability to play at the line of scrimmage, to take advantage of the of the defense as far as the pre-snap. There's so much that goes on in the pre-snap, both for the offense and the defense. Defense is trying to disguise their calls, and offense is trying to run to maybe a matchup to a bubble, support element, all those things as far as how you want to have favorable angles when you run the football. And then with that, it enhances the action pass game, because the importance of having a really productive first and second down offense is the action pass game has to be productive, and you have to make it, because I've always looked at everything from the quarterback's eyes in designing an offense. You have to make the offense easier for the quarterback on first and second down. Third down has always been extremely difficult in this league, and I think clearly with the way defenses are designed, everybody has 5 number 1 picks on their defensive line. The pass rush in the league is, I think, tougher than ever. I think the chipping and the help and the protection adjustments, if you're not doing a lot of it, you're behind at times. So, third down has always been, and sometimes people talk about pro football as just a third down league, but third down is always difficult. So the ability to run the football is critical, because every game that I've ever called, I don't think I've ever gone into it not thinking I need at least 30 run attempts, because you have to give those big guys up front the ability to come off the football. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, and go back to the initial part of this question is, I think you clearly got to give the quarterback the opportunity to, if you want to run the ball to the left or run it to the right based on the numbers, switch the play. And those are all built in, whether it's run to run to pass to run, and then you obviously want to marry all those runs to your action pass game protection. And I think Dallas is doing an excellent job. And it starts number 1 with that offensive line. I love that line. That's a deep line. It's with Nate Thomas. How about the way he stepped in there?
Paul. He's a dog, Nate Thomas. Nate Thomas, a dog. What a dog. What a beast. Absolute dog. I was just going to start gassing up whoever you were going to say there.
Okay, good. Gas him up. Just to see what that young man went through as a rookie. He basically was redshirted, had the knee surgery, and I think you learn a lot about a young player when they go through injuries. And to see him just in there every single day, going through the rehab, building himself up. So I'm just really happy for him personally to see the success he's having, and I think he's going to be an excellent player for them for a long time. So that line is obviously connected, and I think they have excellent depth, and I think all that plays into running the football, action pass game, and keeping them favorable third downs and things like that.
Coach, I think it's weird that you seemingly don't have any spite towards the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I want to let you know that. Especially with how their season's going and how they're playing and how you talk about them. People could think that you'd be maybe a little bit jaded by not signing another contract with the Dallas Cowboys. That was all very public, Very, very public. And then Shoddy gets hired from within. And then Shoddy's first time, then there's a conversation around it. From the day that we started talking to you before the draft, all the way through now with the Cowboys having the season that they're having and having success, which could make a person or an ex or whatever maybe even more upset. Maybe some people would wish for a failure after they leave a place. Instead, they're playing good ball. You've given credit throughout this entire thing to Shoddy, to Dak, I think even to Jerry. Yeah. You've given him credit through this entire thing. There hasn't been like an ounce of you being or sounded jaded at all. Do you think about that ever? And we would like to commend you for that. I would like to let you know, as a person who's probably very competitive with the way it all worked, and you just being able to talk about the greatness that you kind of saw there and the possibilities there, as opposed to all the other shit. I think that is something that is commendable. So I would just like to let you know that I saw that, and we all see that.
Well, thank you. I think, like a lot of things in life, you live and learn. I think I'm a little older than you are, Pat, but, I think that, carrying, wasted negative energy around is not something I really want to engage in, at this point in my life. And I do. I'm very thankful for my 30 plus years in this league. Going back to the Kansas City Chiefs, Marty Schottenheimer, Pat Schottenheimer, for that opportunity. New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, and obviously the Dallas Cowboys. So that's not lost on me. And it's probably even more so because I'm hearing reflection now, because when you are able to step away from it, your appreciation even goes up even more. So yeah, I root for those guys, and I've known Brian Schottenheimer since he's been in high school. So I mean, to see him finally get an opportunity. So yeah, I do, and this is no disrespect for Detroit, and because I think Dan Campbell's an outstanding coach, and I love the way his team plays, but I'm wholeheartedly rooting for Detroit. I don't give a shit. Or excuse me, the Cowboys. I don't care how many points Detroit would be giving them tonight. So, and by the way, I want to go back to that record, 7-3, because I'm 9-3. I don't know who the hell's.
Yeah, who's doing that?
Yeah, I guess we haven't kept it up in a while. Maybe there's a couple pushes though. Maybe.
I think there's a. I mean, he gave. He asked me the one on the text. That third loss was a text message. What about the last text I gave you on Thanksgiving?
It was 8-3 last week.
I think I'm 9-3. That's okay. Who cares? Who's counting? I'm 9-3. Who's counting?
I'm 9-3. I'm rooting wholeheartedly for the Dallas Cowboys tonight, and I'm picking them 9-3. Who cares? Who's counting? Who's doing that? Incredible odds, but I was worried about that because AJ came on, and AJ's like, I like the Dallas Cowboys. I came on the show earlier, and I was like, this feels like too easy of the Dallas Cowboys because everything we've seen. And then we were worried you weren't going to be able to give us non-biased, opinions because of how you've always viewed the Cowboys since we've started talking to you. So, and that's exactly what you did. You came in here and told us straight to our face that you were going to fucking pick them no matter what. So that is
but I also did the work, Pat. I did. I looked at the numbers. I went through the same process that I go through every week.
Okay.
I want to do a good job for you and your show, and the numbers and the video, I'm going with the Cowboys based off that too. So.
You're looking for things certainly.
But I'm going to say this: it's not going to be easy, though. It's not going to be easy. I'll say that. I think this is going to be a different. I don't ever recall walking out of that stadium thinking, "Boy, that was easy." That's a tough place to play. I mean, the noise. And I think I love the venue. You walk down like you're into a dungeon, pull up on a street level. I love everything about Ford Field. I mean, I think that's one of the unique places to play. So that place is going to be rocking. Cowboy fans travel very well. So I think this is going to be a dynamite game tonight.
Are the Cowboys going to take over Ford Field tonight?
Absolutely not. We're not starting that
I didn't say
narrative.
that.
I promise you that the Lions fans are going to be going absolutely bonkers.
60-40.
I'll just say this: don't let their ass in there. Then
the Cowboys fans are loud, which is a part of the entire process and a part of obviously the expectations for the Cowboys. They can potentially do it, and they started terribly. And if they were to do that, obviously sports media people would love it, as Prime loves that they're on Thursday night. Now, there's going to be a lot of decisions made tonight by these coaches. Obviously, Shoddy, every decision he makes going forward in any situation is like, hey, this is his first time doing it. For MCDC, he has a track record, and that track is currently not going great. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned how one of the big takeaways from the game tomorrow will be the fourth down discussion, however that shakes out. And obviously, the Lions early in the year were great on fourth down when they were kind of rolling a little bit. The last couple weeks, they are 0 for 7. When it comes to going for it on fourth down, what exactly was your philosophy? How do you handle that? And for a guy like Dan Campbell, like there are so many analytics out there that kind of take away the feel and all that kind of stuff. Do you think certain coaches get pigeonholed into doing what they've done, for the entire season, and by this late in the season it becomes just hey, I have to stick to my guns, I have to do what I've done the whole year? Or how would you handle going forward on fourth down, especially in a game like tonight when it'll probably be at a critical moment?
Well, I mean, I've never really had much of a conversation, maybe outside of Dan Quinn and some of the guys that I've worked with. But I can just tell you how I've done it is, analytics has made a big impact on situational football. I mean, I think we all recognize that, over the last 10, 15 years. But, I just believe, and I've always believed this, mathematics is the language of the universe. You have to pay attention to the mathematics, but I don't think
a bar. That's a bar right there. Mathematics is the language of the universe. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I believe that. No, I think you always got to look at the numbers. I mean, I don't think in any decision-making opportunity, regardless of your business. I look at my first time around you when we did the draft show up there Thursday night at Lambeau Field. We got in the golf cart, and it was just an unbelievable night. The first thing was you pulled that phone out, and you were talking about numbers. I mean, you got to be in tune with the numbers.
Valid.
It doesn't matter what business, or what situation you're in when you're trying to be productive and make sound decisions. So yes, mathematics is the language of the universe. So I thought that was common knowledge. Well, anyway,
that's a great bar. That is a great bar. But you're talking about fourth downs when it comes to the universe's language with fourth downs.
Well, I think in everything. But anyways, okay, fourth down. Let's get back onto the topic here, Pat. Fourth down, we want to talk about the numbers. I think analytics has made a huge impact in that. But it's just like anything. All these analytics and utilization of numbers, they're great, but the question I always ask is how do you apply it? How do you apply it in game? The application of all these things, and that's the beauty of coaching. That's why I have so much respect for what these coaches do week in and week out. Amount of time that they put into this, because you're making those calls in about a 5 to 8 second window. I mean, if not, you're being late to the defensive communication. AJ attested to that. Or if I'm not getting it in to the quarterback, you're not giving them a chance to press the line of scrimmage and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean that's real important is how do you apply it. So mathematically, I think there's been so many programs out there, but I always wanted to make the decision on fourth down before the series started. As far as the anticipation, because when you see guys getting stuck, sometimes that makes me curious. What's their in-game application of that communication? So, in the way we've done it is, we get the ball on the 20-yard line, and it's done by field position or region, and then and ebb and flow of the game, the score of the game. Those things you're trying to factor those in, because mathematics on the historical sense, you talk about that going into the game, but you also got to have the mathematics and actually what's going on in that game.
Really?
And, and no one knows better than the coaches and the players and the communication on the headsets what, that you may not feel as good about the 4th and 3 and 4th and 4 call as you did, Saturday afternoon when you left the offense. So that's where the ebb and flow of it is something that you really need to take in part. And the other part too is, and AJ will definitely jump on this, is when you hold that offense on fourth down, that equates to a takeaway. If the offense has 12 series in a game, those series need to end in a kick. Either with an extra point, 2-point, or a punt. And if that series does not end in a kick, then that's a takeaway for the defense. Whether they obviously take the ball away or they hold on fourth down. So the point I'm making there, that the momentum of that fourth down is obviously important for the offense, but it could be more important for the defense at that particular point in the game. So time of game is the point I'm making. So I think those are the three things that would run through my head, number one, what's the mathematics, what's the ebb and flow of the game, and what's the momentum. So I think you got to have a thought process that you can just tap into, because you're making those calls in real time. And that's the way I did it, Ty.
I appreciate the fact that you're saying you got to have momentum here. Are we playing good right now, or are we not playing good right now? Because you talk about a 4th and 3 maybe not being as good on a Saturday, but also this 4th and 5, I mean, we're spinning it right now. I feel like the boys are hungry, the boys are eager. Let's go for that. And then obviously whenever you add in the universe's language that God wrote, Galileo, 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 let me go. I see a quote from a man a long time ago. He sees a quote from a man named Galileo. Hey, this was a good quote, though.
Great quote.
You pulling Galileo whenever we're talking about fucking 4th down situational football, you're a yinzer. I'll tell you what. Hey, you impress me every week. You impress me every week.
Tell you what, man, I'm sorry that slipped up. I mean, Galileo. That is unbelievable.
That is pretty good. I mean, that guy behind you right there is quoting Galileo when talking about 4th down situational football. That's special.
I can't believe where some of these conversations go every week. This is awesome.
That's you. It's you. It's where you go. Not
I
us.
bought it up in that tree stand. That's why I wanted to whip it out on you. I was sitting in that stand for about 6 hours.
You scrolling through your phone. What's some good quotes? What's some Galileo? Yeah, I'll drop some Galileo on these hoes. No problem. I mean, that's outrageous. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry about that. I had to celebrate Galileo being on our show.
I love it. I love it, Coach. I love it. I've said before, numbers don't even equate in my head. Math doesn't even. I am learning disabled when it comes to mathematics, so I'm screwed on the universe's language, but hopefully I can find a way to get by. But, Coach, if you're sitting on the sideline and you had a quarterback like Jackson Dart, who was too tough for his own good, I think, and he's taking big old shots all over the place, I guess, what do you tell him? Because you obviously love his competitive fire and everything about him, but how do you protect a guy like that?
Oh, I think it's part of his responsibility. I think just like everything, we always talk about, the two most important abilities are accountability and availability, and availability is number one. You got to be available to your team, and it's decision making. So if you can improve your decision making, that's going to improve your availability. Then it's part of his job description. The most important stat for young quarterbacks, starting with this young man right here on the screen, is you have to be, how many games is he going to, consecutive games could he play? Because you only improve playing every Sunday. You have to line up and play. So I think it's clearly it's all part of his role, his job responsibility, and it's it's something that he has to be more aware of. I mean, he's missed a number of games this year, and we all love the way he plays. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you love the physicality, but this is a situation, we talk about it in our training of the play style, AJ, violent on the boundary. That's where a half a yard could be the difference in winning a game. But not at this point in the game. I mean, he's got to get out of bounds. But part of it too, I was watching the game live. It didn't look like he saw him, to be honest with you. So I don't think he doesn't look like he's aware that
there's a human coming potentially. He's looking at that pylon, you're saying. He's trying to get strictly to the pylon, has no idea a human is coming to get him. Happened with Anthony Richardson. Remember, scored a touchdown against Houston? He thought he was in at the 2-yard line. He kind of held up, and then somebody came, concussion, I think, through the end zone because he didn't expect somebody to come. It's like the NFL, these dudes are really fast. Really, 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 really fast. And that's tough for some of these quarterbacks, though, who have been maybe the most athletic or close to the most athletic person on the field. I'm not saying Jackson Dart ever thought that, but Jackson Dart moved at Ole Miss. I mean, there's a lot of moments where he's running all over the place. It's like the NFL, everybody's very fast and everybody hits hard. It's like there's levels to it. And I would hate to see Jackson Dart not have a chance to be a great NFL quarterback strictly because he wants to continue to prove how tough he is. We think you're tough, dude. We think you're tough. Your hair is really cool, too. The way you dress is super cool. We like your swag, your moxie. We like how you view football. We would just like you to survive. We've seen a lot of guys not survive whenever they try to play like this.
Too many.
Too many guys not make it.
Hey, Pat, I'll say this. I love the way he plays. Because I think when I evaluate quarterbacks, you look at the in-the-pocket ability versus the out-of-pocket. And what he does naturally, you can't teach. I mean, his ability to make plays with his feet, whether it's stepping up in the A or B gap and coming out off the movement stuff. So, I mean, just the fact that they run him on so many design quarterback runs tells you, what the coaching staff thinks of him. So, I mean, those are all benefits, but it's the in the pocket stuff is always the last thing that is. I always felt the drop back phase is always the real challenge for the guys that in the National Football League. So the fact that he is so productive out of the pocket naturally, he just has to be smarter, because the real challenge is, beating teams from in the pocket. This is a 2-minute league. I mean, you look at the games, especially when you get the playoffs. 98% of these games come down to the last series of the game. So that quarterback has to, he has to win from the pocket to start off with. So, this young man has an extremely bright future. I mean, I think every quarterback coach in the United States would love to coach this guy, just the way he plays. But he's got to be conscious of his availability.
Yeah, we need you to survive, brother. 98%, that's good mathematics. Galileo would have loved that. No, 98%. That's a big number there. Gally would have been like, ooh, that's almost 100%. Did you see Greg Olson and J.J. Watt get into it over the universe's language? Have you? Did you see that a little bit?
No, I missed it. I was in the tree stand.
You're right. You know what? We don't need to bring any negative bullshit to your way. All right, let's ask you another question about ball. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach, just nerds being nerds with their stats. But kind of excluding that, can we go to Philadelphia for a second? Kevin Patullo is getting a lot of heat right now. Fans are going to his house. It's a little too much, but that's Philly, baby. That's why it is what Philadelphia is all about. What would you do if you're Nick Sirianni? Is this a situation where you step in, you say, hey, look, Kevin, everybody hates you. They're about to burn down your house legitimately. I'm going to take over from here on out. Why does Philly look so terrible on offense? Why does it look so inconsistent? And is it something where the fans should feel justified in putting all the blame on an offensive coordinator? Or is this a situation where, hey, look, they just haven't kind of hit on all cylinders and eventually they are going to figure it out? What would you do if you're Nick Sirianni?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, no one knows the football team better than that. I mean, and I think that's for every head coach. You're in every meeting. You put together every schedule. You're involved in constant conversations. So, especially with his background as an offensive coordinator, he clearly knows what's going on. Whether it's the injuries or the continuity. I mean, you're talking about an offensive line that's really. I mean, this run that Philadelphia's on is a special run. I mean, they've been to multiple Super Bowls, but their offensive line has been impeccable. So, when you have something that's in place for so long, and then you're going through, some injury phases and things that are going on there, yeah, there's potentially a drop off. So, but the personal part, I do believe in, protecting the personal space of players and coaches, because I don't think anybody should have to go through that. We all understand, the fans are a huge part of making this game go. They pay the tickets, they pay the money for the tickets, and obviously, but when you're putting people in harm's way, I obviously don't agree with that. But I would say that all the conversations that we were wondering about, or the topics that are talked about, those conversations have already been had internally. So I just think, like anything, this game is so competitive. I feel like I don't say it enough on air. It is so damn hard to win one football game in this league, and that's something that I always admired. It was something coming from college back in '93 in the NFL. Just thinking, man, it is so damn hard to win one game, and that's why when teams do have the ability to sustain success over a 5-year period, a 6-year period, an 8-year period, I mean, that says a lot about that organization. Says a lot about that program. And you're looking at an organization that is, at this phase right now is leading the way in the last 5-year increment of our league. So I guarantee you that they're on top of what needs to be done. But their fans are as passionate. I mean, there's nothing like playing a game in Philadelphia. I mean, it's one of the all-time environments to play into, play at as far as the energy and so forth. And so they have unbelievable fans there. But I don't want to see anybody's family get there's no reason for anybody to get hurt over this.
Yeah, agreed. Philadelphia is a different place, especially when you coach for the Eagles. I think you know what you're signing up for because you have home field advantage and then also home field disadvantage if it's not going the right way because they will turn on you. And there certainly has been some of those times. Even last year, whenever they were in the middle of what we know would be a Super Bowl run. The amount of things that we're being said about that particular team from their own fans throughout the different parts of the season, absolutely absurd. And then this year, the fans feel justified, that all the drama is coming to a head. There's a reason. And if you get rid of one guy, it feels like it all gets better. But once that happens, we feel, Philadelphia, classic, they'll certainly find something else that needs to kind of, this needs to maybe pick it up as well. They expect greatness. Sirianni understands that, and good luck to them out there. Now, there's another city in the Keystone State that has a lot of drama around it right now. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about how hard it is to win games. We come from a town in Pittsburgh that has gone 21 straight seasons without a losing season. But that is not enough for the fan base anymore. I had a friend who was drinking Huffs in Greenfield during the game on Sunday. He said he could hear the boos and the calls for Tomlin's job from there. What are your thoughts on that situation as a whole, as it gets really, really loud right now?
Well, I think the big thing is, and I'll say this just as far as the whole league, and I know Pat's already touched on a couple of them, but being a fan this year and watching from the chair that I'm watching, because you always are worried about your team and focused on that. It's amazing. And it's going to only pick up this week because this week's incredible with the games that we got on slate this week.
Oh, yeah.
But just the energy of the week, negativity or positivity, the way this pendulum swings just across it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. So, and I think Pittsburgh is obviously in that situation. But, I have the utmost respect for Mike Tomlin. I've competed against Mike, and I think Mike is really starting the second half of a Hall of Fame career. I think Mike's in his early 50s. He can coach as long as he wants, but they're playing for first place on Sunday.
Yeah, they are. Okay. Okay.
I mean, they're playing for first place. They've been in these kind of spots before, and it's hard. It's hard now, and you get it. I mean, it's about winning, and it's about who's putting the next Super Bowl trophy in that case, and everybody that works at an organization that has the success of a Pittsburgh or a Dallas or a Green Bay, you understand that expectation. But yeah, the fact of the matter, and I think he'll do a great job getting ready. This is going to be another game that I definitely want to sit down and watch. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Anytime these guys get together, and they've played against Mike and John have played against each other more than anybody. So, and that's my reality. That's how I look at it. I just think that let it play out. Just let this play out. He's been in this spot a bunch of times. And
too many is what the Steelers fans are saying. Hey, we're in the spot every year. That's what they're saying. You know them though. That is literally what Yinzer's.
I get it, but I think sustain. I'll say this. I'm curious to hear AJ's opinion on this. We went to the playoffs 9 out of 10 years, 8 years in a row. I think there's only been 4 times that's happened in the NFL that. If that's the case, at one time. I know that stats out there. You guys can confirm it. But I felt going to the playoffs 8 years in a row, or 9 out of 10 years, was so much more difficult than winning one Super Bowl. Because that Super Bowl win that we had, I mean, that year, you talk about injuries. I mean, we were decimated. And we came out of training camp. We thought we had the best team. We felt great about our football team. But there was points in that season. I mean, there was 2 points. I think it was the Miami game after the Washington game, where we didn't have 45 guys on Friday to line up healthy, so that we were going to have to make moves on a Friday and Saturday to fill our game day roster. So, I mean, my point is, you have points in those seasons. You just got to, in that group, and AJ was one of the key guys there. Is it just kept playing, and most importantly, they got a good defense. Everybody talks about the offense and Aaron Rodgers. The Packers won the Super Bowl in 2010 because of our defense. That's the only time that I know in my career that I had a top 5 defense, and that's why I'm excited about the Packers this year. I mean, I think that's the first time that they've had a top 5 defense since 2010. So my point is, you got a chance. You always got a chance because their defense is going to keep them in the game. The defense is going to give them that chance, and it comes down to the end. go win that thing in 2 minutes. And the reality of it is that's the league. And that's why it's unbelievable to watch. I mean, these games come down to the end. And that's why the 2 minute stuff is so important. So I just think, I mean, Mike's a great coach. Just let this thing play out, and you just got to get in the tournament. You got to get in the tournament. You guys got to be relatively healthy. And most important is the confidence of that locker room. And that's how you win it. And then that was our personal experience in 2010.
That's your experience in 2010 that ends with the Lombardi. The Dallas Cowboys this year could have that particular run as well, where they were counted out. Then they got hot, started playing for each other. They have a huge one tonight in Detroit. Coach McCarthy, who is 8-9-3 on Thursday night in Thursday football bets, says that he likes the Dallas Cowboys, not just because they paid him a lot of money for a long time and he still has allegiances there, but also because the video. He said, I watched the movies just like everybody else did, and the Dallas Cowboys, Galileos, and the movies hold up to just what I wanted my heart to say, which is Dallas Cowboys. Now, SeatGeek has told us, shout out to SeatGeek, the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth, and the moon. Did you know that, Coach?
I did not.
If there's a live event on the moon in the near future and you need to get tickets, you'll need to do it with SeatGeek because they're the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon. Did you hear that, Coach? There's not events right now, but SeatGeek on planet Earth has tickets to every event, basically. And if you use the code Pat McAfee, PATMCAFEE, you'll get $30 off tickets. Tickets are a great Christmas gift. They're great because you're not only given like something that's tangible, fungible, but it's also a future story to be told forever. So shout out to SeatGeek. They're saying 15% of the purchasers tonight are Dallas people, they said, thus far. So I don't know if Dallas is going to invade and take over, but what SeatGeek's early numbers are, 15% of purchasers, Cowboys fans going into tonight. Who knows how many other potential purchases there are. They'll be loud, though, if they get rolling, is what you're saying, huh, Coach?
Oh, definitely. No, I agree. I mean, it's I think it's just, I mean, that's a tough place to play. I mean, it's I think it's gonna be a great environment. But I would say this: don't let them in there. That's for sure.
You're the man.
You lose your home field advantage.
Oh, these Cowboys.
AJ, we know what that sounds like. I mean, hell, we go over there. Sometimes I'm
Happens all the time.
Take that stadium over, man. It was unbelievable.
Packers fans would take over?
Yesterday was
go Pack,
actually,
go chance going. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was the anniversary of Rodgers throwing the Hail Mary to win.
Exactly. There you go. That's right, Ty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Packers fans in Michigan, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, you know why?
But they still got to get in the door.
Well, they're a pretty good franchise. I know that.
Yeah, for a long time. He's saying they got in the door, though. This is just like when who went into Seattle and took over? Buffalo Bills fans took
Packers
over.
did as well.
Bills and Packers.
Bills and Packers took over the Seahawks stadium last year, or 2 years ago.
Last year.
Well, that's crazy how much the Seahawks have changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the Seahawks fans' perspective and their eyes. Good for them turning that around. Anytime another team takes over your stadium, that's a good indicator of how your fans feel about your team, is kind of how it's just naturally judged from the outside looking in. Detroit Lions fans are good, right? We're good?
Yeah, we actually took over Lambeau last year, so not worried about it at all.
Ooh, love that. All right, we appreciate you, Hunter. Have a good one, brother.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. The thing. Are we done?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if you were doing the flip over here, but no. I that's one of the problems I think you have in Lambeau is, you got some season ticket holders that could probably sell their tickets to the Detroit game and pay their whole year of season tickets. So I mean, tickets sell pretty good over here in Lambeau. I know that's been a challenge over the years.
Yeah, it's a museum. It's an NFL museum over there. We're not doing a turnover yet. We got about 5 minutes until then. Speaking of turnover, though, we talked a little bit about check with me, please. Is that what Peyton was saying when he was going apple? And what are some of the words that are the verbiage that is used that we can hear if we're watching TV when they're, that's quarterback deciding to go to the second play that was called, or maybe even the third play that was also called?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, they're all indicators, but I think you clearly have to, that's something ever since they put the microphones on the center in the guards. I mean, I think it's been great for the fans to hear that. But, just remember your quality control coaches and your analytics people are watching that too. So there's, you have to change that up is my point. So, I mean, you You got cans. You know, you got y'all
Can.
can the call.
I think Goff is a can guy, isn't he?
Yes.
Aaron's can,
so
I believe.
Can.
the fact that it's so common, I guarantee you, most of the time it's probably a dummy. Dummy, you know, mean they're not doing it. So
Goof,
but
they're
yeah,
goofing us.
that's the game within the that's the game within the game. I mean, there's so much that goes on in pre-snap, is what I was referring to. So, you know, over, you know, revert. I mean, there's a lot of common terms, but the fact is, you know, that based on what is said before it or what's said after it, could be part of the change of what you're really doing, because you got to protect your staples. That's all. I mean, that's how we would do it. You always try to protect your primary check with me's or primary overs when you flip the play from one side to the other, or run the pass the run. So, you know, how many different synonyms do you have for a draw play? You know, those types of things.
Okay, so that is what I was about to say. There's normally a bucket of words, though. Like, I got a chance to sit on a couple brainstorming meetings at training camp for Peyton in the offense, and it was like bozo was dummy cadence. So anything that follows bozo, fake, but what's immediately after bozo is actual call. And everybody has to hear that, and everybody has to know that, and everybody has to be on the same page, including the person that is giving the bozo call, remembering that they gave the bozo call, and then, you know, what is following and what is following in there. So I don't know how many quarterbacks are doing all that, though. Is that a very common thing these days? I don't know how common it is.
Bryce Young did it against Packers this year. Remember, he was doing all the checks at the line, but everybody knew it was just a handoff to Rico Dowdle right up the middle. But for 20 seconds, he was yelling stuff out, and then it was just set go. Everybody thought it was a pass except for the Panthers, and they ran it right up the gut.
Is that still happening in pretty rapid clip, is what you're saying, Coach McCarthy, it sounds like?
Yeah, I mean, to Connor's point, I mean, you have to be believable in your signals, because, you know, you can't look like a dummy giving a dummy signal. Like, you know, they just say you can't be.
The hell?
It's got to be believable. I mean, that was a coaching point. And, you know, I would say every quarterback's doing it. It's just a matter of how much. And I think that's really the beauty of the game of football. I don't think there's a whole lot of what people are doing that other people aren't doing. It's just really how much they're doing, you know, and that's really the part of the chess match, because, you know, you have to be able to play in the pre-snap to win, because, you know, once again, if it comes down to a 2-minute situation, you know, and that's where, you know, these guys learn. You got to be able to change the protection. You got to be able to change it to. You got to have answers for blitz. You got to have, you know, you got to have proactive adjustments in that situation, or these defenses they'll eat you up. I mean, defense football has been so aggressive for the last 25 years. I mean, you know, the Bear defense back with Buddy Ryan changed a lot of that. Just when they start getting into overload schemes and things like that, you have to have answers for that, or you're not giving your offensive players a chance at all to be successful.
Quarterbacks having to know what's happening for every position before the snap, after the snap, and during the snap is what makes it the hardest position in all of sports. And if you have a great one, you can win a Super Bowl. And we got two great ones playing tonight on Thursday night. Coach McCarthy likes the Dallas Cowboys. Before we get out of here, you got about 49 seconds. Anything to say to the team before we get out of here, Coach McCarthy?
To your team?
To the whole team here, yeah, the whole team.
Yeah, just don't forget Mom and Dad. Remember where it all started. So hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Congratulations to Samantha and Pat. And don't forget about what's most important, family.
Hell yeah. Family's what it's all about. Coach McCarthy, we're thankful that you've joined our family this season. And we're thankful that tonight, week 14 of the NFL season, is kicking off in a magical way. Two potential playoff teams, two potential Super Bowl teams kick off on Prime. We will overreact to it all tomorrow. I will be live in Atlanta. AJ Hawk will be here. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Dookie drops at midnight. Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye. I feel like we hit it there.
Yeah, nailed it. That was a good one.
Hey, that was a good one, Coach. You did great there. You did really good there, Coach. I think that was good time by you. Good timing and good message there. Thankful for that.
All right, well, thankful. I'm thankful for you guys. Missed you guys.
Hey, the deer, what they do? They smelled you? What do you think? You think they smelled you? They were just smarter than you? What do you think happened out there?
I think the reality is I don't think they're colorblind, because when they saw my big ass and all that orange, they just ran the other way. We were walking up. I mean, just when we first got it, out there in the woods, and you just saw them all running away, and it was pretty comical.
Them running in saying, this dipshit doesn't think we can see him? All right, dude. And we'll get on out of here. It's all right. Better luck next time. Or not. It's all about the vibe more so than the outcome.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless you live off of it, which Tim McAfee will for the next 6-7 months, which means Sally McAfee will as well. So good luck to my mom. She's got a fun couple months ahead of her. And, Coach, we appreciate the hell out of you, man.
All right, man. Have a great week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coach McCarthy.
Yeah, Coach.
I like that, AJ. There's two of them.
Every time it cut to the old one shot, it was just his head smiling over his head talking. It was awesome. I thought of him taking that selfie like in the tree stand. Like, oh, this is good lighting. I got it.
Good lighting, you think? Oh, what did I say?
I got
Actually,
it.
he probably took it this way, shadows. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Let's turn it this
Jess,
way.
what do you think, Jess? Look at me. That'd be awesome.
How about him out there, okay, just in the middle of nowhere, cold as shit? Because it was a cold one. You heard him say that. That is certainly probably a focal point of the conversation as you're sitting there for a couple hours. Nothing's coming. This is a good time. I'm happy we did this. This is really good. Yeah, this type of thing you can't get anywhere else. You know? And then they go back into the cabin, and then the cabin actually good time.
Yeah.
Like I assume cabin actually good time. And then wake up the next morning. Got to be up there for sunrise. That's when they're moving, you know? Okay, we got to wake up super early. Let's go out there. Cold as shit. This is really fun. So they're moving now, or when are they? Yeah, this will be when they're moving. Okay, I'll be ready. Sun comes up. Yeah, we missed it, didn't we? Yeah. You want to head back to cabin? Absolutely. Come back whenever the sun is setting. Yes, that is good. That is when they'll be moving again. It's interesting how those go or could go, or he's just out there. I mean, Tim McAfee was out there laying on a mountain for 2 days, you know, just fucking way out
He
there.
barely walked today.
Yeah, he came in obviously fucking the whole body. You know, he had to drag this thing out. And he said he got all the way back to his fucking, I mean, he hikes. It's a hike through actual mountains, across actual creeks that are really either frozen or fully running, up into another mountain. On the other side of the mountain is where he's at. You know, this is where they're all at. This is where they're all at. So all these other ones, all these other haulers and valleys, fuck, nope, they ain't there. You got to get to 2 haulers down to really where they'll be. And he does it every year. So massive respect for him doing that. But he gets out there at 3:30, 4 a.m. too, because you got to be out there obviously when they're going to be moving. He said he got down there, and an Amish man, he's never seen this person before. He's in Pennsylvania. He's not Amish down here. Amish man walks right up to him and goes, "Hey, sorry, I scared away the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. 10-pointer. Sorry about it. Just ran him away from you." And Tim goes, "Oh, good morning, man. Good to see you. Thanks." So Tim potentially had it. And I guess Jebediah scared that fucker away. That didn't stop Tim from camping out there, though, for fucking 24 hours, 48 hours.
And he got one.
And he got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's living good right now. And so are you. You guys are going to be eating that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can't wait.
You're going to be eating
It's clean meat.
It's delicious.
It's clean eating.
It's got a good venison recipe.
Has he ever given a deer a heart attack like you did back when you were a toddler?
No, but he was appreciative of the heart attack because guess what? Saved more meat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to a break. Sure. On the other side, we'll make our official picks and cover all the other storylines happening around the sports world. We're incredibly lucky to do this for a living. We appreciate the hell out of you. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Take 5. Yes, the Open from Oregon the first time.
All the way here, Eugene smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
Got flipped into a freestyle, which got made into an actual song. Which then led to a conversation with a couple people who are really good at music.
What part of the show? I was going up to work, yeah. What day came out first?
And then all of a sudden we're recording some songs.
Eugene smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly.
And then all of a sudden Dookie's ready.
We're calling somebody shit. That's all we're doing.
Yes. That's it. What's up? That's the song.
Then all of a sudden we're going to put it out on all platforms.
They say it's the depth of the lyrics that really bring it home. And you hating fucks, Dookie.
And then how about all the other songs that you got? Yeah, let's do those too.
Got 7 of them.
All the way here, Eugene smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly.
Feel like new school, Dean. Life's pretty cool. G3 jobs, fuel means tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
Guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today, and he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm gonna wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and
Flip shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, cancel you me, boogeyman spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for Duque. Yeah, you waiting for Duque. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you hating folks.
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time. Yeah, get out.
Undefeated. Completely defeated. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Go! 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 Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Don't let that shit happen again today.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, get it. Oh.
Thanks, bro.
Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom. Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I got the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh shit. What's happening? What is this?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news.
We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something you should do. Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, then let's go. Yeah. Let's. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is. That motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
That's for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is that one of them? Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward. A little more awkward? Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there he is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Oh, two down.
2 dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all 3 of them stacked up. Nice. Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
Oh, he looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their Supreme Commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and then you just shot them right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we bought this place.
the legit. Let's go in and talk to the boys.
Amazing. Let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Are we good?
What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here. If that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen. Right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
Hey,
What?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Week 14 kickoff Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now. Football! He's the greatest. That's AJ Hawk. It's good to see you, AJ.
Good to be here. Good to see you guys.
We love you, AJ. We love you, AJ.
Love you guys. Love you guys too, man. And Coach Mike, honestly, Coach Mike loves it too. I think he's having more and more fun every time he comes on.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there was 2 of them today, so obviously we appreciate him joining us. I don't know if you saw this. This is a double-barreled torch. Found it at a gas station yesterday. Zeno said, gotta have it. Brought it in. I feel like I'm you, Age. I feel like I'm you with this thing.
Hey, before you guys kicked off at 12 o'clock, I actually, Instagram got me. I ordered 3 torch flame-throwing lighter things, so it's going to be sweet when they come in.
Okay, yeah, and the weather we're in right now, you need these torches.
Yeah.
You know, because it's very windy.
Actually saw a massive bum fire underneath the highway on my way into work today.
Yeah, and those things will spread with the wind.
It was a problem, yeah, actually.
And how dry the air is, okay, because of how cold it is. We're in that time. It's really cold out here. I mean, it's really cold out here. I think this is the week where we all kind of realize and acknowledge we're in it.
Yeah.
Okay, we are in it. Now, I don't know if anything is going to compare to the Ohio State-Tennessee game when we were on that sideline with how cold that was, or Montana State when I was out there for game day. It was like negative 15 or something like that. I hope that isn't what this particular winter feels like, but boy, as we've gotten back into it, as I was a young boy, I never got cold. Like, never got cold. Was always outside, just like never really got cold. Hey, snow actually makes it warmer. You know, like that's what I actually thought. Like, snow actually makes it feel warmer because we can do stuff with the snow. Now, you get out here, though, snow isn't always the type of snow that you can do stuff with. Sometimes just the boring snow. And then also a little precipitation just makes... I've gotten soft with my old age. I get cold now. And
I stay cold. Do you stay cold? That's the thing I think as you get older. Like, once I get cold or my feet get cold, like, they're cold for 12 hours.
And also there's like a little hangover effect of the coldness like the day after. Like a thawing period that happened after that Ohio State-Tennessee game. Like the next day, my body was like thawing out. This is very new for me. I've gotten older and softer. But what I'm saying is we've gotten into meaningful football season. It's cold as fuck outside. Talks Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Whatever the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. And AJ, tonight, I think we got a big one that we need to make some picks for. We've heard a lot of things said by the former coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who's not jaded at all towards the Cowboys. I think that has been impressive. That's why I wanted to tell him that, AJ. Like, I legitimately wanted to tell him, like, you've had a lot of reasons to kind of be a little bit of a dick about this entire situation in Dallas. You could have turned and said, like, well, yeah, they got a good roster to kind of diminish what Shoddy's doing, you know. Say, oh, it would have been nice to get maybe George Pickens when I'm the head coach of the team. Have 2 number 1s. That'd be great. He could take that angle. And we've seen that before from people. But instead, it's like he's very happy for Shoddy, very happy for Dallas, and he's very happy for the life that he's living currently. It's been a wonderful thing to listen to him chat about the Cowboys.
Yeah, all the way back to the draft, he actually says, like, hey, my time with the Cowboys, I learned so much from Jerry Jones on the business side. Like, it's impossible to hate what has happened. And he also mentioned, like, yeah, I believe that the Cowboys are going to go win 10, 11 games next year just because of how great the roster is and his belief in Shoddy. Like, he was saying that in April, and now here we are, and they have a chance to win 11 games.
And it didn't look like that early, and he never once chose to bury him. Never once chose to point anything out, you know? And it's like he could have done that along the way. He's loving his life up there in Wisconsin. They told him, go to Minnesota, you want to hunt up here.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know he has friends that have, you know, great estates and all that. He should go to one of those high fence farms, you know, where you pay $30,000 and a deer just walks up in front of you and says, here you go, shoot me in the head.
I don't know if that's necessarily exactly how it goes.
Then they process it and they mount the head and you put it above your mantle and there we go.
That's not for love.
That's not how it works. So I don't think I've heard about these places.
If he strikes out again, like say he goes out again, he strikes out and doesn't see anything for 6 more hours.
I'll tell you what I've heard about these places, and some of them here in the United States, you can hunt exotics at these places.
Yeah. Joe?
You can go, not Joe. I think he's in jail currently and for the long haul. I saw what they did to Lane's face. I don't know if you saw that. They put him on because he used the Tiger King.
Yep.
And he does kind of have the face that could have.
You can see it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good interneting around that whole, and Lane has seen it all.
Yep.
Lane has seen it all and gone in on it all. But there's some of those hunting places where you can hunt some weird shit, you know, from what I've been told. And then there's some of those deer ones that, to your point, they seem to be easier to find, They seem to be easier to find within the places as opposed to out there in the wild Wisconsin, 2 degrees, and we can't see anything.
Can you hunt the most dangerous game on any of those places?
So I watched The Pest with John Leguizamo growing up, and as I've continued to grow older, you just assume that that's probably happening somewhere.
I agree.
Especially when, like, Squid Games is happening.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, this seems like it's a little bit... It's a big world, a lot of people.
Huge world. A lot of land.
Big world, a lot of land, a lot of big...
Privacy.
Hope it doesn't happen. Hope it's not happening, but...
If it has to, it has to.
I think John Leguizamo had the right angle,
He did.
He had a lot of good energy and good juice.
Surviving the Game, Ice-T, same
Yes,
same
that's
deal.
what a movie.
What's the one with Stone Cold?
That's
The Condemned.
The Condemned.
Yeah.
That's jail there, right? Prisoners are sent
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, pretty much. And turns out,
Like Death Race.
Stone Cold's a former undercover agent. He's not a prisoner. He just got tied up, but he's there, and he's going to do what he's got to do, sweetheart.
And what did he do in that particular one?
Fucking kill everybody.
Really?
Take the game out.
Is that what he did?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that kind of what they said Australia was kind of like?
Yeah. Yep.
Jails were prisoners were kind of dumped into an island, and then there had to be a decision made like, hey, there's people here that are going to want to kill us, so we got to figure out this together and then figure it out. And then now it's becoming that's like
I think so.
A story that I've heard about Australia.
Correct. Yeah, I've never done enough research to actually confirm, because I think the part of the people in jail going to kind of just get dumped in Australia, I believe that is 1,000% true and confirmed. I just don't know if it was then like a free for all, like, okay, you guys can kind of just kill each other.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't know the basis of it. We'll certainly look into it. Australia is very far away, very, very far away. It is a cool place, though. Like, when you get there, it's a really cool place, beautiful place. Let's talk
People, right? Aren't the people awesome?
Great accents. Everybody's funny. Just no matter what they're saying with the accent, they're
Right,
funny.
dirt bikes. They're, my buddy that lives in Australia, he's dirt biking every day. He's skiing out there with hammerhead sharks next to him. All of it.
Everybody's jacked. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Everybody was jacked. They had some stricter rules on some things, like seat belts and like what food you're allowed to eat and things like that. But so it's a little different. It is certainly a little bit different when it comes to that. But everybody that I saw, and we were there for 11 days, everybody was jacked. Everybody was in shape. Everybody dressed like a movie character too. It's like you can see how people say it's fake because there's emo person out of movie, there's rock star person there's private school kid out of, and then like that's a wave of people walking down the street. And guess what? The next wave, we got a whole new batch of characters. We got Instagram model,
skater.
We got skater boy, and it's just like a never-ending supply of people. Just like I don't want to say a diverse group because it is a lot of pretty similar looking individuals actually, but there is just like so many. It was a really cool. I enjoyed Australia. It was just so far away.
Yeah, very.
So far. That's why they said let's just send our prisoners out here.
Exactly.
Imagine if Stone Cold was around back then.
Fuck. Guess what? There'd be one person in Australia right now.
Have you heard about John Cena's final time?
Yeah, I've seen what they've been doing booking wise, and I don't love it.
What do you mean, just out of respect? Because you're a man who has been on a commercial dressed as John Cena.
Correct.
For the WWE's biggest show of the year, WrestleMania.
Right.
You're a noted Cena head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a noted Cena head for a long time. I would have liked to seen him go out in a little bit of a better way. Not this unceremonious. We're calling John Cena the GOAT, which I certainly believe he is one of the GOATs. But you know what? So what? That was the plan. Is this guy's just gonna fucking lose every match for the last 2 months, and then we're gonna laud him for what he's done for the business? And I don't love it. Like War Games. Listen, I understand what the WWE is. Okay, and I love Dom Mysterio. Love Dom Mysterio, but if we're gonna stay in Dom Mysterio and John Cena side by side.
What are you talking about? You don't think Dirty Dom is supposed
Not
to be
just
here?
that, didn't he get power bombed by a female WWE?
Tejada bomb.
Yeah, the Miguel Tejada bomb,
Really?
named after the former Oakland A's shortstop.
That is not what it's named.
Are you
That is not.
Sure?
Raquel Rodriguez is one of the most powerful people in WWE. She, representing Judgment Day, Tejada bombs John Cena, and then Pop Rocks by Roxanne Perez is followed up
there's
immediately.
more?
And then Liv Morgan actually kicks him in the wee-wee.
So that's my point. Why are we just defecating on this guy's face on the way out and acting like that's okay.
Well, don't you think he should have known that they were there and that they could potentially get after him? He should have maybe had a little defense.
Well, first and foremost, how can they see him? Isn't that the whole thing with John Cena? You can't see the guy. You can't see him. So how did they see him so easily? How could she just out of nowhere hit him with a Miguel Tejada bomb? I don't get that. And I'll be honest. I wanted, and maybe this is the 35-year-old version of me who wants to see. I want fucking Tate coming back out. I want Kurt Angle coming back out. I want some of these people. God rest his soul. If we, you know what? Actually, just for his last match, replay his fucking match with Umaga. When the fucking top turnbuckle came down and Cena used that to get him in the STFU and tap him out. I believe Umaga was undefeated at the time. But it's just like, that's the John Cena I want to remember. Not whatever. His last one. Oh, great. He's going to wrestle LA Knight, maybe.
No, well, LA Knight.
Thanks.
Or
LA
Gunther.
He's great.
They've won a tournament to get to this point.
But there's no history there. That's what I'm saying.
What? Feels like there's a lack of star power.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'd rather watch Browns Titans for 8 straight days than
By the way, the
this
total
shit.
for that game is 33.
Yeah, well, okay. So there's no reason for you all to have had planned that. It sounds
We did.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
But going through the most violent champion in the history of the business,
if you want the other side of it, let Bone wobble out here, and then he'll tell you why it's been the greatest run in the history of professional
And what the fuck does that mean? Okay, he's the most violent champion. Who gives a fuck? All right.
What do you mean?
That's dumb. What are we?
First off, he's not.
Yeah.
You ever watch Caine in the ring?
Oh, I forgot he had fire.
Stacy Keibler, by the way, did she ever fucking suplex Stone Cold? I don't think so.
Trying to think back.
Most violent champion. Fucking send that guy back to Austria then.
No,
we don't want him.
Well, Gunther is a problem. And John Cena's last match is next Saturday. It's
bullshit.
It's on Peacock, I do believe. Saturday night's main event. It is live from the nation's capital.
Set my alarm quick.
Thank you. John Cena's final opponent will either be LA Knight or Gunther.
Got to be some surprises, right? I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, it's WWE.
It's gonna be jam-packed with surprises. We know that.
New era starts tomorrow, bro.
All right, that was not a real count. Okay.
Fuck!
So
I like to think that Cena, we saw his end at WrestleMania. We were all there. We saw it. That would have been an awesome way to kind of end the whole thing. And personally, I just don't like what they've been doing. I don't like the booking the last couple months. And I'm not being a hater. Listen,
you are being a little bit of a hater.
I'm not.
You are being a little bit of a hater. There's a chance we get a chance to chat with John Cena, and we'll certainly ask him all these questions. And we'll ask him, like, hey, you're definitely going to go win an Oscar. Like, he's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good actor.
For the Tejada bomb?
I was going to say he's had to do a lot of acting in the ring because... Don't get me started. I don't.
We already have.
Yeah, no, I know, and I
we're
want to be
10 minutes in right now.
I know.
Wait, Bone likes it though. Bone likes the path he's on.
Bone just likes any John Cena we can get. That is
okay.
which I would like to say I'm on that team. I am on the team. It's like, hey, we got John Cena. Let's just enjoy that we have John Cena, no matter what it is. No matter how it started, no matter how it turned, no matter how it's going, no matter what took place. It's like it's still John Cena doing his thing.
You don't want to see your hero get Tejada bombed though.
Or pop.
Well, you better be a little bit more alert then. How about that?
Did you say Pop Rocks?
Yeah.
Like the videos on the internet?
What is that?
They didn't mix pop with the Pop Rocks. They do
those.
that blow up in the stomach.
The candy?
Yeah.
No, it's Roxanne Perez. She hits Code Red. It's called Pop Rocks.
Okay.
Which Code Red, by the way, John Cena actually added into his repertoire. So Pop Rocks kind of what John Cena, she kind of disrespected. She kind of did one of John Cena's things to John Cena, but whose thing is it really? Because everything is kind of somebody else's thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the wrestling business. If you ask AJ Styles, he's actually been tweeting about that. But let's make a pick for tonight's game.
How's Cole do it, man?
Michael Cole?
Yeah, how the fuck does he do it?
He's the best.
Respect, brother.
Michael
Let
Cole.
him suit up for the final match.
Yes.
Well,
now we're talking.
I guarantee Michael Cole is about to throw fucking 104
on
the fucking paint for this one.
No doubt.
It's his goat.
Yeah, Cole and Cena kind of came up in this business around the same time, so like, and Cole and Cena used to, I believe, travel together a lot.
Toss a couple.
So they are
back.
very, very tight. So what you're about to hear from Michael Cole next Saturday night on Saturday Night Event might be worth the price of admission alone, let alone everything that John Cena's going to do. And I assume the show is going to be spectacular.
Cena last.
Spectacle.
Well, Cena came out, I guess, on Super Duper Morning America. I don't know which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
One of the morning shows. I appreciate them doing those morning shows, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I am a spectator, and I appreciate it. I think Cena said on one of them that I think he's opening the show.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
What?
Why?
Let's get this thing going, man. There's great movies coming out right now. The rest of the night.
If it's LA Night, he should come out as Max Dupree.
Yeah, it used to be a good mall management service, but instead, went back to LA Knight. He's electrifying. I like LA Knight a lot. I think Gunther's dangerous. I think he's very. I've been in there with him. I felt him. And if I was John Cena, who's staring down an Oscar-riddled career right now, I don't know if Gunther would be the last guy I want to step in there with. I don't know if that's who I want to kind of see if we can get one for the Gipper here.
Well, he's kind of a one-trick pony, so.
Yeah, but it works though.
Mhm.
It's like Mariano Rivera.
True.
He would throw that
cutter
every time. That's what Gunther's got.
Sure.
This thing's a great equalizer.
Jet Li.
Boom.
You don't fear the man who practices 10,000 kicks. Fear the man who practices one kick 10,000 times.
Well said.
John Cena 5 hours ago posted this, and it kind of puts it all into perspective.
Oh, he's already done?
That's right.
He's calling it before?
Oh, no.
No, there's no way. He's got to do it. It's next week. It's what we're all talking about.
Feels like he just said,
Picture of a
it's
typewriter?
over already. This is the end.
No,
maybe it's typewriter because he feels old.
Those are words typed by a typewriter.
It also could be, the newest script he's received in the mail, where could be his Oscar-winning film.
Well, if your name's on the first page of the script or the last page of the script, he does a fucking movie.
I don't think John Cena said that, but that is certainly the guy from Batman.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Who has an incredible accent. He's also a part of that one movie where the other English guy tries to save the world.
Kingsman.
There it is.
Yep.
He's great in that movie
He
as
is.
well. Anytime you see
See,
him.
and Now You See Me, the magician movie?
Yes, he is.
actually.
Rest in peace.
So that guy's dead?
Yeah, he died earlier this year.
Holy fuck. He's in a lot
Hell
of
of a
movies.
run. Oh, yeah. He acted right up until he died, pretty much.
Well, rest in peace, Sam, and thank you for your services to my ears and to the movies. Your voice was spectacular. John Cena, though, actually good actor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need to make sure is said. Like, this guy, for shoot, good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to have a lot more opportunities once he's done wrestling.
But we don't want to see him go to wrestling business. Well, hold on.
Never been able to see him in the first place.
Hold on. There's maybe some discussions on who's dead in the back there. Go ahead, Nick.
Did you say Michael Caine died?
Yeah, he passed away. We talked about this
Yeah.
out there. I was fucking. I tell you what, I don't usually do that, but I had to.
Yeah, a couple months ago, right?
Let me double check.
I think he's still alive.
Did I get got?
No, we saw.
I definitely
we got
tweeted.
super sad.
Yeah, R.I.P. Michael Caine.
Yeah, we got real
Oh,
sad.
no.
about
Well,
it.
hey, we got some good news. The internet's saying he's 92 and there isn't a death time. And thank you, Michael Caine.
What a fantastic surprise. I've been operating under the assumption that he's been dead the last 8 months, and he's not.
Kind of like the Lions now.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is really good news because I didn't know that until you guys told me here just a few seconds ago. And immediately a bunch of like awesome movie roles that aren't going to happen now just kind of disappeared. And guess what? They're all back.
Love it.
This is great
What
news.
a great day.
Great day.
Yeah.
Let's make our picks for tonight.
Okay.
All right, Cowboys taking on the Lions.
Hopefully this clip gets to him.
Hey, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he got divorced.
I definitely wouldn't have tweeted that thinking that. Oh my God, Michael Caine used to never gonna act again.
No, I think I'm looking at it right here. Yeah, that's sad.
Like recently?
In 70,
No, 1973.
or 73.
It's the anniversary.
To get divorced at 91, you must really dislike each other.
You find something out. 92.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, there it is. Fucking 1 hour ago, Variety tweet. Vin Diesel wheeled Michael Caine out somewhere in a wheelchair.
Yeah, there he is.
He's fucking.
To go.
Who was trying to kill Michael Caine before he was dead? It
Sounds
wasn't
like
me.
you.
No, I fucking mourned the man.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I'm going watching Batman tonight now.
What's Vin Diesel doing? Rock'em Sock'em, right? That's the next
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
So Michael Caine's in Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Could be. Might be.
If Diesel does another fucking movie before finishing Fast and Furious, I'll tell you what, Vin, a lot of your fans aren't going to be too fucking happy about it.
Him and The Rock are back on good graces. I thought they were getting that all figured out.
Michael Caine ain't doing fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots. He'll wipe his ass with that script if Vin Diesel presents it to him. This guy's an actor. He ain't doing a fucking movie about some Mattel toys.
Michael Caine, maybe 92, says, fuck it. Maybe he says he wants to get in there. People already said I was dead.
Yeah, I guess, maybe. I'd like to see, maybe he puts on the cape and cowl and he's Batman. We've already seen him as Alfred.
It's true.
It's just something to think about.
In the wheelchair? Can you do that in the wheelchair? Like a CGI that?
I'm sure they can figure it out. So many opportunities now that we know he's still alive.
Yeah.
We're very thankful Michael Caine is still alive.
This is fucking
We are
awesome.
very, very thankful for
What a
that.
great day it's become.
It is a great day. All right, let's make our picks. You like Dallas whenever you're getting on the program in the second hour. I've liked Dallas since the first hour, 78% whenever the show started. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone. Tone, can you give us an update, please?
It's down to 76%, but the big news is that everywhere has gone to 3.5 now. That is called reverse line movement.
Yeah, because with all the money going to the Cowboys, you would think that they would want to sway that thing a little bit differently to get people onto the lines, but instead, a little less money, and we don't know what the total money is, a little less amount of the bets going, 76% as opposed to 78% at the beginning of the show, but still a majority of the bets and the money, and they're taking it even further, saying sportsbooks are saying, oh, that's cute. Actually, let's get this to 90% maybe. That scares me a little bit. Does that scare you?
It does. Pretty inside baseball.
Reverse line move, it is a little bit of a...
Reverse psychology.
Sometimes we give the books a little too much credit as well.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
You got to trust your heart.
Sometimes
and your gut.
You have a feeling.
Your gut.
And even if 80-some% of the money thinks the same way you think, and 78% of the people who are normally losers think the same way that you think, that's not 100%. And sportsbooks aren't 100% against us.
No, they're not.
So I can very easily say I'm more confident in the Dallas Cowboys at this moment than I am in the Detroit Lions.
You've been watching.
I like the Detroit Lions. Is this their year? I don't know. Doesn't feel like it, which sucks, and I'm sorry. Dallas Cowboys feels like it wasn't their year. They've been playing really fucking good football. Sportsbooks have to have seen that. I don't know why they're seemingly different than what everybody else is. This feels like a little dookie line here, doesn't it?
It does.
So small, dookie.
It does. Big old dookie.
Big dookie.
Just had like a bunch of greasy food, pizza.
Yeah.
Coffee right after.
Oh, a couple of double coffee, actually. Super espressoed up, and then massive dookie. Just, that smells fucking terrible. That's what this line is right now.
And there.
AJ, I told you about my 10 wiper.
Oh, yeah.
That was a crazy morning. That was a wild dookie.
When did you start counting?
So I use wipes, and I'm on bus, so it can only, flushing. You got to really kind of watch.
Careful.
Got to be careful. So I'm counting.
You got that macerator? It's called a macerator thing that chops your turds up in there? I'm sure the thing's really nice. I'm sure it does have that.
So you call your hands?
Is it down in the tube or is it? Yeah, your
Yeah,
fingernails.
it's somehow in the tank. I guess I think it's called something I've heard guys brag about it years ago. Called this one. Hey, this thing chops the turds up, and then it's like luxury.
I'd assume we got the turd chopper.
Yeah.
I assume that I have the turd.
Ask old buddy. Yeah, then you got it.
Oh, ask Scott.
Ask old buddy.
Scott and Misty, good people. They're good people. I will ask them if we got the turd chopper. But tonight, the dookie chopper. Tonight feels like this line's a little stinky. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
So I can get Dallas at -3 or +3.5. I came into this show with that opinion, and I will leave the show with that opinion. And Big Mike, he helped me double down on that, and I feel good. I feel good about his confidence in this Dallas Cowboys team. So yeah, give me them.
Me too. He's 9-3.
Don't even need the points.
Yeah, 3.5 is good, but I'd take him straight up tonight. I like
Don't get misconstrued now. It's not going to be an easy game.
Tough place to play.
Tough. AJ, you could attest to this.
It is.
What a legend. He texted me and said that Galileo, my God, I've been humming Queen since the show.
He's awesome.
He is awesome, man. It is nice getting to know him, and for you, getting a chance to re-catch back up with him, I assume.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's awesome because I talk to him now, obviously in the show and then off the show as well. And yeah, he's a big fan of the program. He loves, like he sits there multiple times every show. He's like, I mean, where are we going? Like, what is this? Like, I think it blows his mind just how the show is. That's what makes me laugh is watch how much fun he has.
There's about to be potential McCarthy season here over the next few weeks as kind of jobs start to kind of open up and potentially who's going to be where. And it's normally like 6-7 jobs every offseason. Could be more, could be a little bit less, obviously, but that's normally the turnover. He was one of them this past offseason. And it's like, well, he want to get back into the ranks. What it will be like? Where would he head to? It's crazy. There's so much to kind of decide. And we're very thankful that he joins us every week. And we're also very thankful for Prime putting on a great game tonight. Cowboys, Lions, we'll be back tomorrow. AJ, you're traveling out here?
Yep, I'll be there.
Thank you for doing that, AJ.
You're heading down to SEC Championship, right?
That's right. 1 versus 2 here in Indianapolis.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, fuck that.
I am excited to get that. There is an energy around the SEC Championship. Obviously, it does have an incredible fan base, incredible tradition, incredible history. So the SEC Championship is a festival of football. Like, it certainly is that. And once we get into that convention center and the show gets rolling, like 10, 11 o'clock, as it continues to fill up, it is electrifying. Like, I'm not going to say it's not electrifying there. But, man, the Hoosiers in Indianapolis in the Big Ten Championship going for that's first ever undefeated. I mean, there's just so many things. And then Ohio State, obviously being a well-traveled, it's like this entire city would be fucking shut down completely. I got text messages from people that run the city and make decisions that were like, hey, we're putting together a proposal for you guys to be like, and sending pictures. I'm like, fuck it, please don't send that to me. But they were going to shut down the city. The city was basically going to be shut down for this entire thing. And it should be an electrifying environment. Not saying that the SEC Championship isn't. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. And obviously, massive game for both teams there. Mm-hmm. Georgia might be best team in country with the way they've been playing, legitimately. And it feels like they're the SEC's Ohio State right now, even though Ohio State has not lost. Georgia, the way they've been playing, how dominant they've been playing, certainly something. And then Alabama has had to go on a crazy run to kind of see if they can prove themselves to make the playoffs. So it's obviously a great game, but like this Big Ten one is fucking historic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one is like first time.
Once in a generation, you could argue.
Yes, especially for fucking Indiana and the Hoosiers.
Definitely once in a generation for Indiana.
Indianapolis hosts a lot of things. A lot of championships, a lot of college stuff, a lot of professional stuff. Very rarely gets a chance to like host like Indiana shit, like Indiana stuff. So, yeah. It's all right. Atlanta will be sick. It'll be fun to get down there. A lot of people watching football these days. That's a good thing. Bad thing. 57.2 million, they said last week. Isn't that insane? 57.2 million people
awesome.
At the peak.
Christmas will be nuts.
What are the playoff numbers going to be like for the NFL? And, I mean, college football playoff numbers and the NFL playoff numbers. That's going to be gigantic.
So to go back to what Cody Campbell was kind of talking about with scheduling and all that shit, like if we went with Joey McGuire, who's coach of Texas Tech, who I assume has been a part of this entire thought process with Cody Campbell trying to figure it out, he talked about the schedule being something that could be easily controllable. Them moving up college football and then running right into right now being college football playoffs. Like if right now was college football playoffs, as opposed to having college football playoffs during NFL playoffs, during days that NFL's playing on Saturday now, it's like you could certainly draw a lot more attention. And I'm not saying that college football is struggling for ratings. It's up and to the right. More people are interested than they've ever been. Second most watched league in sport in the country. It's like gigantic. But also the way it's set up. Last year, I think people got maybe college football fatigue.
For sure.
With how long it ran and the massive break that there was in between games. And it's like, what are we doing now? Well, now the playoffs are starting here. And then this game matters. Oh, this one's on CW. It's at the same time as an NFL game. It's like, how is this what we're doing for the most important college football game?
And the semifinals were on Thursday, Friday, and if you remember when the numbers came back, those were much lower than all the other college football playoffs.
And I don't think a lot of people even knew it was happening. Like,
exactly.
It was just it's a weird setup. So I think this year people will be more prepared for it because obviously it's happened before. But also I think if they were to restructure that schedule and calendar, I think it would.
Yeah, they will. They'll be tweaking this thing forever.
Hopefully. There's a lot of people saying that with Cody Campbell's pitch, we don't need to either focus on. We got other shit that's more important from the government. The NCAA says, well, we can't do anything until the government does something. And then the government's like, we're trying to deal with like world hunger and all that shit. Why aren't you guys doing that? So that's just a finger pointing contest. Then you have to get everybody on the same page. All the conferences, first of all, got to get all the conferences on the same page. All the conferences are made up by a bunch of people that aren't on the same page. You know, presidents, ADs, all from the individual conferences. A lot of them coaches and everything. I mean, you're the guy for the job, Cody.
Go get him.
Good luck, Cody. Put that fucking hat on.
That's right.
And go ahead, walk out there, because he would be the only one, really. Football guy, incredible businessman, has the backing to be able to keep up, but also feels like he can take the shots on the shins. You know, that is definitely going to come. Like, there's going to be constant roadblocks in that entire thing, because there's going to be people potentially losing out on power and money. And anytime you do that, there's going to be people that are going to want to stop that. I mean, that is just something that's going to, anytime you're changing the flow of both those things, power and money, there's going to be a lot of people who have had both those things for a long time that are going to be like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And Cody's got to deal with all of that, but go on, old man.
Go on.
We need you. We need you. I'm happy it's not me. Yeah. Coach Saban saying, it ain't going to be me. All right? But if you want some ideas, I'll fucking certainly tell you, but you're going to have to do it. Not me. All right, I'm going to get out of here. You guys are the greatest. We appreciate you all so much. Dookie drops tonight at midnight. I would say not worth staying up for. Catch it tomorrow morning. Catch it tomorrow morning. But if you would like to, you know, pre-save it, get it now, you would certainly be doing me quite a favor, because I guess if people show interest in something, there's a chance that maybe that kind of goes around the platform. You know, so if you want to, you know, kind of boost it a little bit. And once again, Dookie is the most shallow song we got. The most shallow. But boy, it's fun to call something fucking Dookie. Yeah. You know, it is boom, bang. A little singing in there, a little bit of a bop in there. I think there's a lot of different content possibilities with this particular song. And then hopefully it just leads to, you know, some more songs that are in the can, I believe is what they call, as we roll into hopefully making some bangers for some people, or learning about an entirely new business that has been incredibly nice to me thus far. So I'm thankful for everything. I'm appreciative. We're back tomorrow, overreacting to tonight, looking ahead to maybe the best slate that we've had all season for the NFL and championship weekend for college. Life is good. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. I appreciate you, boys.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog.
1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye. Yes, the Open from Oregon the first time.
All the way here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
Got flipped into a freestyle, which got made into an actual song. Which then led to a conversation with a couple people who are really good at music.
I was going up to work, yeah.
What day came out first?
And then all of a sudden we're recording some songs.
Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly.
And then all of a sudden Dookie's ready.
We're just calling somebody shit. That's all we're doing.
Yes. That's it.
What's up? That's the song.
Then all of a sudden we're going to put it out on all platforms.
They say it's the depth of the lyrics that really bring it home. And you hating fucks, Dookie.
And then how about all the other songs that you got? Yeah, let's do those too.
Got 7 of them.